Some randev is first to the stream. Big Ice Tie is second to the stream. Big Ice Tie is third to the stream. Cameron Reap just redeemed trifecta.
There we go. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We're going to watch Surge today, everybody. We're going to watch Surge. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Oh, how's everyone doing? I am so very sorry for missing the last stream, but I'm back. I'm back. My computer is alive for the most part. As of right now, still fingers crossed, and hopefully nothing bad happens. I hope nothing bad happens. We'll see. I don't. It just all of a sudden. Yeah, it's terrible. Let's see here. Some Red Dev, congratulations on being first. Although I'm pretty sure you're not listening, so you know there is that. Tanuki, hello, welcome to the stream, and I also see you over here still in Surge stream. Glad to see you here. I'm here for Streak. Squad, I'm glad you're here for the Streak, but I hope you're gonna be here for more than that. I hope. Fingers crossed. You're silent. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up with my microphone. I was worried that it wasn't working correctly because when I was setting up all of like the Moon Chan and all the others, I noticed that I didn't have this microphone as one of the options, and so I quickly switched, and so I went in there and checked the settings. So I unplugged the microphone and plugged it back in. Then after I did that, I forgot to check on my OBS to see if it was still working, and yes, that was my bad. And so I accidentally forgot to then double check to see if it was still working, and so that was my bad. That was totally on me, and I apologize. The Moon Man is live. It's true, I'm here. Computer troubles. There were computer troubles. I have the pictures that I can show y'all to show that I was having problems. I was having major problems. Not good stuff. Let's see. Like what were some of the errors that I was getting? I was having one with stop code. It's not even gonna show. I swear that there's a thing there. I swear it. See, look at that. You can't really read it, but it says IRQL underscore not underscore less underscore or underscore equal, and then 0xa. What failed? NTOSKRNL.exe. I don't know. That was the one of many. And then I got a stop code K mode exception not handled. Let's see, what else did I have? Had another K mode exception not handled. Had another. This was another issue. This was a page fault in non-paged area. Filter manager.sys. So yeah, it was just all sorts of blue screening. There was another one in filter manager.sys. So I have no idea, not a freaking clue. So I had to take my basically entire computer apart, and yeah, it was all sorts of stuff. Oh wait, is Surt saying something? I don't know if Surt was saying something about me. I guess we'll leave Surt's stream. Would you like to switch? Sure. Why not? Anyway, so yeah, so I had to pull my whole computer apart and tried to make sure that all the hardware was good. Hardware seemed all fine, which I have had some hardware issues in the past that I've had to fix. So everything seemed fine there, so I decided to go over to software. Software seemed fine as it could be, but it kept blue screening. And then I was like trying to go through. I'm like, okay, what the freak is going on? And I noticed that when I had my computer turned on, over time, my C drive would have like anywhere from like 30 to 35 gigabytes free. And then the longer my computer was on, it would just start going down and down and down until I hit about like 25 gigabytes free. And then usually around that time, it would blue screen. And then when the computer would turn back on, it would go back up to about 30, 35 gigabytes free. And it would just like slowly start filling up. And I'm like, okay, So I figured maybe it's like trying to download like a Windows update and it keeps failing and then it has to delete it and try again. So I was like, okay, that's some weird stuff going on. Anyway, come to find out, and I don't know.
Says, getting the blue screen of death in 2026? More likely than you think.
It's true. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate, but it is very true. It is very true. But anyway, yeah, so I was looking around, just going through my C drive just to see what I could figure out, because I was like, I went and checked, and I was like, okay, there's no Windows updates going, something weird is happening, trying to figure it out. And I discovered that even though my C drive is only 250 GB, my users folder said that it was 528 GB. And I'm like, that seems unlikely. So, like, well, that's not good. So I was like searching around inside my users folder, and I just dug deeper and deeper and deeper until eventually I found that I apparently had a beta version of the Google Play, like basically like the Google Play Store that you can run on your computer to be able to like play mobile games on your computer. I had a beta version of that installed, and for some reason its installation folder was like 520-ish gigabytes, and I'm like, that doesn't seem correct, because one, I have nothing installed in there, two, my hard drive is only 256 gig, and three, I mean, I guess all of the above. I had literally, like, it was literally just the software that was installed. I had no apps installed, nothing like that. So I'm just like, okay, that's some weird stuff going on. So I deleted it. I uninstalled it and deleted it. And yeah, so hopefully we're good now. I've had my computer on all day today, which when I was getting the blue screens, basically what was happening is if I ever left my computer, if it just wasn't doing anything, like I could have programs open, but if I wasn't actively using it for like 15, 20 seconds, it would blue screen. Or I guess in terms of Windows 11, it would black screen. But if I would like kept a video playing or music going or something like that, but even if I had a game open, if I wasn't actively doing something in the game, after like 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute, it would blue screen. So very weird stuff, very bizarre, but I've left my computer on like all day and it hasn't blue screened yet. So I'm like, fingers crossed, maybe that was the problem. I don't know. I've never had so many issues with a computer before, which is very unfortunate because this is the first computer I've ever bought as a pre-built. I got it like 2 years ago, and yeah, the like absolute worst decision. It has like had basically some major problem like every 6 months, and is the most annoying thing in the world. But I do not have money to replace it, and the market's not really that great for replacing a computer right now. So I'm just going to keep it running as long as I possibly can, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to only have it last 2 years and then get rid of it. Like, this thing's got to last at least another 5 or 6 years. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anyway, so I apologize missing the last stream, but I am back. Everything should be good now. So if I seem a little bit out of sorts, it's just because for some reason when I miss a stream, things just are weird. So I don't know. Let's see here. Let's double check on here. I'm lurking in some Randev stream. Good. Yeah, if you were over on some Randev stream, at least leave a lurk. At least leave a lurk. Squad says, I will be here more than that.
Says, you have a bunch of art to catch up on.
That is true. I do definitely have a lot of art. I've got a lot of stuff in Discord that I need to catch up on, but especially art. Yes, 100%. And we are definitely going to be going over the art. Let's see here. Computer troubles. You should sentence a retirement for some of the Moonchan. I think it's actually affecting your PC. No, we cannot. We absolutely cannot. We need all of our chans. We need all of our chans here. Maybe I can retire the chicken. The chicken is so. The chicken's whatever. But Moonchan, wait. Moonchan, we can't get rid of Moonchan. Moonchan is what's holding this. She is the cornerstone of this entire stream now. And obviously Sun-chan we can't get rid of. We cannot get rid of Eclipse-chan. We cannot get rid of Tutor-chan, or I guess Mood-chan. And especially we cannot get rid of Redemption-chan. None of them can leave. They're all here to stay. And yeah. So they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. But maybe the chicken we get rid of. The chicken's so. He's just kind of there, hanging out, just chilling there. So. No. This should be fine. I think it's just other things. I honestly have no idea. It's very bizarre stuff. Like I said, again, it's been literally since I got this computer, it's been having problems. Hardware problems, software problems, whatever it may be. I can't even have Valorant installed on my computer, or else it does blue screen all the time.
Benedict summoned Redemption.
Well. Speaking of Redemption Chan, as you can see, look at that. The cornerstone of this stream. Anyway, yeah. Like I literally cannot even have Valorant installed or else it blue screen. So, and I've checked. So I don't know. Logan says, sure, issue between keyboard and chair. No, I mean, maybe a little bit. K mode is current mode. Yeah, it's not great stuff. The thing is, though, I've replaced what is happening here? Stream together. Wait, what? Wants to collaborate. What's gonna happen? What if I accept? Accept. I don't know what happens at that point. I don't know what happens. What's going on over here? Some red dev is doing something, and I don't know. Stop knocking on my door. I'm not here. Whew, that was close. We almost got caught. Anyway, yeah. So curls up. Anyway, but like I've replaced my primary drive, my C drive. I have replaced my water cooler for my CPU. I've replaced that.
Going to the Inkwell says, random fact of the day.
Yes.
The first ever animated feature film is Lost Media. You seem fine to me, don't worry about that.
I appreciate that, thank you. That is really sad, though, that the first animated feature is just Lost Media now. It's tragic.
Tragic the things we'll lose over time. Absolutely tragic. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. Aside from just actually replacing hardware, which I just do not want to do, like, it was fine replacing my SSD, because, like, I had an extra one laying around, luckily.
And so I was able to just throw that guy in there. But it's like, spare RAM? Nobody's got spare RAM right now, especially because I would have to buy crazy amounts of it to be able to replace it. I have 2 sticks of RAM in my computer right now, and they are both 32 gig sticks of RAM. Yeah, I'm not going out and buying another 32 gig stick of DDR5 RAM. It's not going to happen. I do not have that kind of money. So I'm going to stick with it. Which is actually so funny. I know I've told this story before. When I bought this computer, 64 gig of RAM, I was like, I don't need 64 gig of RAM. I would never use 64 gig of RAM. That is just ridiculous. Why would I ever get it? But it was on a really good sale. And so I was like, I'm never going to use it, but like, at least I'll have it. And now I'm like, well, now I've got 64 gig of RAM. It's a good time. But now, if I have to replace a stick of RAM, it's not going to be good. It is not going to be good. Cameron says, well, young man, I have a lot of art and a big win since you skipped a stream. I'm so sorry, Cameron. He says, what in the world does any of that even mean? Oh. That's a deep issue. Yeah, very, very deep. Very deep. So I don't know. Yeah, it's I've reinstalled Windows probably 3 times now. Replaced my SSD. Like literally everything I can think of to try aside from just
go into the Inkwell cheered 50 bits for emergencies.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ink. I do appreciate those 50 bits. Your PC's brainstem got mad. It really did. It really did. And it doesn't want to keep going. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Getting the blue screen of death in 2026 more likely than you think. Go to Linux. I might. Maybe. I've honestly never been more tempted to go to Linux than I have been since getting this computer, if I'm being completely honest. What the F? Again, what the F? You're quiet. Bobby, I don't know if I can trust you. I feel like everybody else seems fine. But Bobby, you're always one to tell me I'm too loud or too quiet. But I guess if I am too loud or too quiet, you would all let me know, right? SteamOS is stable enough for gaming now? I think it is. I once made a 32.2 terabyte text file. Oh my god.
Go into the Inkwell cheered 50 bits for emergencies X2.
Inky! I'm just gonna call you Inky now. Inky, thank you so much for the 50 bits. I appreciate that. I don't know why it came out Inky, but it did. So Inky, thank you. I do appreciate that. Thank you. That is a very large text file, though. That is massive. Holy smokes. Scoiled says, for fun. TP for fun. I don't know what that one means, but I appreciate it. You have a bunch of art to catch up on. Autumn says, hello, everybody. My name is Autumn, and this is Moonwood Gains. Yeah, it is Moonwood Gains. Moon-chan. It really is. Oh, such a good time. We got a valid. You would have been here like 5 minutes earlier, but my sub ran out and I got stuck in like a 4-minute. No! I'm so sorry, Autumn. I'm messing up everybody's head. I almost called you Adam. All that time away and still can't reply to a message. Well, see, here's the thing. It wasn't necessarily extra time away. It was time. Actually, I had even less time because I had to be working on my computer. So normally I would just be streaming, but then this time I was having to fix my computer. So I really didn't have extra time. It was just, I I was doing other things in that time. What pixel art size do you use? What do you mean? What pixel art size do I use? Like, yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean, Cameron? 128 for me? 128 is a good size. Sometimes 64 by 64. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the context, right? Like, because I've got, like, my icons that I create. I've got, like, the characters that I'm actually now creating, which we're going to go over that in just a second. But I have created some new graphics for the characters. So, let's see. Cameron says, coin flip. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. We should do coin flip, shouldn't we? So, manage predictions. Start prediction. Heads or tails. We're going to do 10 minutes on the clock. Yeah, it's early enough still to do 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes on the clock. Heads or tails. Let's see what happens here. It was destroyed in a fire, sadly. By the way, Moonwood, when will be the announcement for Repo, or is not going to happen? It is definitely still going to happen. It is definitely still going to happen. Trying to decide what we should... Yeah, it's probably still going to be at least a month out, most likely. It'll probably be like a September thing. Yeah, it's probably going to be about a month and a half. Ooh, actually, what day is my birthday? Oh, it's a Wednesday. Well, maybe we'll do a special pre or post birthday stream, and we'll play Repo.
Going to the
I think that'd be a good time.
Says, Ravenwood horror stream when?
We do need to play that one as well. Oh, there's just so many good games to play. We gotta do Ravenwood horror. We gotta do Repo. We gotta do Sky. There's so many games. So many games I still need to play. Let's see, over on YouTube, we got First from Sugars. Thank you so much for Sugars. Tillo says, hello. Welcome, Tillo. Welcome. Glad to see you here. How you doing? How's life? Are you shouting out some lesser-known Twitch streamers? Yes. Yes, I'm shouting out lesser-known Twitch streamers. So if you have never heard of some random dev, give this individual a follow. They could really use it. I hear they're really trying to gain relevance. And so if you could just get over here, click that follow button, and it would really help them out. You know, they're a new up-and-coming streamer, content creator, if you will. And yeah, definitely want to come in here and give a little bit of love. So yeah, make sure to get in there. Make sure to get in there and give some random a follow. Oh, let's see here. Merman says, hello! I was worried about my Game Jam game because it's American Horror Story, so I emailed Disney asking for permission to unofficially use the IP. I would be surprised if they do respond. But you should be fine. You should be totally fine. Again, like, unless of course you somehow plan on, like, releasing the game, like, officially, then obviously you're gonna run into issues. But no, for like a Game Jam game, you're gonna be just fine. I promise. Just beat Live Alive today. I've heard of that, but I don't remember what that is. That's not a I can't remember what it is. I cannot remember what it is. Now, if I need a new kidney, I can sell my RAM. Moonwood probably. That's true. That is very true, Dan. I just upgraded from 16 to 32 gigs of RAM right before the RAM shortage started, and I don't even need that. Yeah, honestly, like 16 gig of RAM is what I have had for like the past 10 years or something like that, and it was totally fine. I had like 32, 16 was totally fine for me. 32, I was like, maybe one day I'll upgrade to 32, but like the only reason why I got 64 is because this computer was on a great sale, and it seemed like they were just throwing RAM in it to throw RAM in it, and I was like, you know what, sure, fine, I'll take it. The game I've been developing rarely uses more than 100 megabytes. Ooh, not bad, honestly. Live is a JRPG that has 8 characters with their own chapters set in their own eras. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. I knew that I'd heard of it, but like I couldn't place for some reason. They all come together in the final chapter. That is super cool. Live is an SNES RPG that was remade semi-recently. Gotcha. Well, that's awesome. I like that. I like it. Oh, let's see what we got here. Ouch, I paid the discounted price for 256 gig. Now it's way more than 4 times that. Oh my gosh, that is insane. Whew. But I can barely hear you for some reason. The app is at normal volume, max volume. Oh, I have turned down my microphone just a tiny bit because I was going up into the red, and so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't ever clipping. So if it is like cutting out or like not sounding as loud as it should, let me know and I can turn up just a little bit. But I do have the decibels down just a tiny bit just to keep me from like clipping and having issues like that. Iki is fine with me. Actually, for me, I am always turning volume to max. He missed my whole pre-stream monologue. I'm sorry. Discord isn't on phones. I mean, Loki, you're making great points. I'm going to respond to your messages. I swear. It's going to happen. A new man, 2027 Twitch says, hey, Moon. Hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. How you doing? How was your weekend? Raven with Horror Stream when? Woo. Okay, I understand. What is repo? Wait. Do you actually not know what repo is? Or I feel like you're joking, right? I dared you to play Sky Children of Light a long while ago. That is true, Cameron. That is true. And that's why it's still on the list. It is still on the list to play, I promise. Your volume is fine on my end. Okay. Woo. Loki says, hashtag giveaway. That is true. Let us go over the giveaway, and then it looks like we have 5 minutes left on the clock for the coin flip. So if you're over on Twitch, make sure to get your guesses in if it's going to be heads or tails on the coin flip. Let's come over here to the game key giveaways. So again, as a reminder, for anybody who's new here or anybody that wants to join the Discord server, we have this channel right here, the Game Key Giveaways channel, and in here, all you have to do, there will be a new post that gets created every Monday-ish, Monday, Tuesday, sometime around the beginning of the week. And then all you have to do is just add a reaction to this post. Obviously, the time is over, so you will not be able to add a reaction to this post as of right now. But for the future, there will be a new post right here. And then, what is that? I have a green screen behind me. What is that that's popping up? I don't know what that is. It's kind of freaking me out. Like, there's literally just green screen behind me. Anyway, yes, we do a Game Key giveaway here weekly, and so, excuse me, anybody who has reacted to this post will be entered into that drawing. So, if we come over to, where would that thing be? Is it this one? That's the one. So come over here, and then we just want to refresh this page just in case.
Inkwell says, it's a ghost. Run.
No, that's true. There probably is a ghost. I literally have no idea. It's literally green screen behind me. And so I don't know what this gray thing is right here. There's nothing on my desk. Nothing the camera would be picking up anyway for like, I don't know. Anyway, so let's spin the wheel. So let's find out who's going to get the Game Key giveaway this week. If you're on here, cross your fingers. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Cross your fingers. Ooh, who's it gonna be? Oh my gosh. It's way too close to being Surd. Way too close. But Alex Steele, congratulations on winning the free Steam Key giveaway. That is absolutely fantastic. You will be getting a message from Loki here in the near future. And if you're better than me at responding to messages, then you will get the choice of a Steam Key. I guess I didn't really explain that well enough. It's not any Steam Key that you want in the world, because that would be kind of crazy. Honestly, there's a lot of very expensive games on Steam. But there is a there is a list of about 650 plus-ish keys that are on a spreadsheet that have been donated so generously by our very own Loki. And so, yeah, so anything from that list you'll be able to pick from, so you'll have a chance to go through the list, kind of see what's on there. And, yeah, hopefully it'll be a good time. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So anyway, congratulations there again. And yeah, again, there will be a new post coming probably tomorrow or Tuesday. It's sometime near the beginning of the week is when Loki posts it. And yeah, all you have to do is just add a reaction. That's all you do. And I'll even give a reminder on the Tuesday and the Thursday streams just to be like, hey, if you haven't yet, add a reaction. Literally any reaction. And you can just be added to be able to win that free Steam key. So thank you again so much, Loki, for taking care of all this and for the Steam keys. You are absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it is good times. It is good times. Let's see here. In there, and they all came together in a fun chapter. Remade like 4 years ago, or 3, I think. Your volume is fine on my end. I like how the memberships are $5 Canadian. Some channels have their memberships at like $10 with much worse content. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I was actually even debating putting it down to like $3 because I was like, is anybody even gonna pay $5? So I'm hoping that it's worth it. I really hope so. And honestly, what I kind of want to do, potentially, maybe, once I can, get better at creating content more regularly, kind of what I want to do even more to be able to, like, make it more worth the memberships. Because, like, obviously, any penny that comes my way is very much so appreciated. I'm appreciative of it. And all of it will go towards, the stream in some way, shape, or form. Whether it is, I don't know, something for the game, like paying someone for like music, for art. If it's for the stream itself, so like lighting. If I ever have to replace like my microphone, I had to buy a new keyboard. And so like any of that will try and it'll go towards keeping things running, right? like sometimes literally keeping the lights on. But anyway, so very much appreciative of that. But I'm hoping to be able to make it more of like a direct, something giving back to everybody who's watching as well, if you're a member. And so like doing like either members first videos or something like that eventually. Once I do get to that spot where I'm a little bit better at it. But anyway, so I do appreciate it though, Tilly. You are absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate it. So thank you. Burnt Sage, you get an evil spirit in your house. You should play back the clip. There was a body figure. Let's not be joking about that. That would be absolutely horrifying, terrifying even. What if it's a good spirit? Oh, I guess that's true. Maybe if it's a good spirit, then it's not too bad. Still not too bad. A good spirit wouldn't try to spook you on stream. True. That's a good point. Autumn says, still waiting for my paycheck. Don't worry. It'll be there. I promise. I genuinely don't know. Okay, gotcha. It's like Lethal Company. Yeah, it's like Lethal Company. Yeah, it's you are a bunch of, I think in Repo, I was gonna say you're aliens. You're robots. You're like these little cute little robots, and basically, yeah. So you're going around to these different levels that have a bunch of like monsters and things like that, and then you're trying to avoid. And so you're basically just going through, collecting things, you're repossessing things, and then you're taking it back to an extraction point, and you're having to reach a certain threshold to be able to beat the level, and then anything you get over that threshold, you get to then take back to a store, and you can buy things, like you can buy weapons and health upgrades and speed upgrades and things like that. So it's just like a fun little party game where it's just kind of like it's freaky, but also just like really fun. So it's a good time. All right, everybody, let's see. It looks like Heads or Tails is up, so we're going to jump in. We're going to do some Heads or Tails, and then we're going to take a look at art, and then I believe we can jump in and start on some game dev stuff. So let me come over here, and we're just going to pull up. Where is it? Wait. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Woo. I scared me. I thought I deleted it for some reason. Okay, here we go. Let's pull that up, and then let's come over here to the absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful, absolutely amazing Heads or Tails. Yes, that is right. We are here at Heads or Tails. Here at Heads or Tails Inc., we are here to make sure that you get all of your Heads or Tails needs. So here we go with Heads or Tails. Remember, everybody, it's not just your average Heads or Tails, best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5. It is a tug of war. So whoever is going to reach 3 wins is going to be the ones who are winners. So we got Tails first. Tails is taking the lead right here. Not bad. You said Inc. That's true. I did say Inc. Tails again. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna have another just nothing but Tails? Who knows? Let's find out. Here we go. Oh my god! Tails wins! Tails takes it. Woo! Oh my goodness. Not bad. If you voted for Tails, congratulations. Absolutely fantastic stuff. If you voted for Heads, though, I am very sorry. I'm very sorry for your loss, but do not worry. There's always next time. And it's going to be a good time. I promise it's going to be a good time. Maybe. Unless, of course, you win again. If you lose again next time, then it wouldn't be a good time. But anyway, hopefully you will win again next time. But if you voted for Tails, absolutely fantastic stuff. We're going to move on now because that has been the Heads or the Tails. As it were, it was. Man, I'm pretty sure that's what Tails did last time, too. I'm pretty sure it just smoked Heads. And, good crazy time. Let's come over here and manage prediction. It looks like we had, oh my goodness. That is a pretty even, that is actually like as even of a split as you can get. I mean, of course, aside from just being 50-50, but 49-51, not bad at all. So congratulations again to the Tails winners. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Let's choose the outcome. We had Tails complete the prediction. That is going to be 5,164 channel points that are coming your way. So absolutely fantastic stuff. And if you're over on YouTube, I am very sorry. One of these days, there will hopefully be some way to be able to do a Heads or Tails things over on YouTube. But until we eventually get to that point where YouTube has something like that, I don't know what to tell you. But congratulations if you voted for Tails over here on Twitch. So absolutely fantastic stuff. Absolutely fantastic. What do we got here? You rang? You said no. Never punished. Never. You only lost no more than 100 men. Gonna shameless plug again. Head on over to twitch.tv/LokiTheTrickster and help raise a virtual pet. It's the perfect thing to have on in the background and pop in periodically. That is true. That is absolutely true. If you're not in here watching Loki stream, what are you doing with your life? Make sure to at least give a follow to Loki, but then also if you just want to pop in here, raise your pet and have a good time, you might as well, because it's a good time. It's a good, like, fun little idle thing to do periodically, and highly recommend it. So yeah, beautiful stuff. No shame with the shameless plug right there. No worries with the shameless plug. However, I would say no worries at all. I appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Zite says, I didn't even vote Twitch, but was bugging out. No! I hate when it does that. I hate when it bugs out. I put 2,000 exactly on heads. Cameron, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry for your loss. But don't worry. Like I said, again, there is always next time. There is always next time. I'm just gonna sip a little drink here, right here. Having a little, what the freak is this thing called? Moscow Mule. It's a little Moscow Mule right here. I was like trying to think. I was like Russian. It's a Russian something. I was like, wait, no, Moscow. It's a Moscow Mule. Okay, let's go over here and we're gonna take a look at where's art. We're gonna take a look at art and trifecta. Wait, was there a trifecta? Did someone redeem a trifecta? Did I miss someone redeeming trifecta? Hold up. First, second, third. Oh my gosh, trifecta.
Inkwell says, finding your people helps you realize there's nothing wrong with you. You're kinda cool actually. You is being used generally here, not you specifically, Moonman. Although you are very cool.
Well, I do appreciate that, but I kind of figured that's what you were meaning, was in general, you, everybody watching, everybody hearing this right now, you are pretty cool, and yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. So, Ink, I appreciate those positive words. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Cameron, I think it's because I was so focused on other things in the very beginning of the stream that I completely missed the trifecta. So we're gonna jump in. We're gonna do the trifecta then, and yeah, it's gonna be a blast of time. So let me do this really quick. I am going to put this down so you can actually see it all well and good, and then we're gonna do trifecta. Let's crank the jams so we can do trifecta. Here we go. Crank those jams. And there we go. I know it seems like I'm getting taller, but really it's just, whoop. Everything's fine. What is wrong with this desk? I'll explain it a bit.
Pee poo.
Dang straight. All right, here we go, everybody. You know how this goes. 10 on the ball. Count with me. I think this thing got messed up. Hold up. Okay, I think we're good. All right, everybody. Here we go. 10 on the clock. Count with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then here we go with the chest benders. Count them with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now time for some stretching. Here we go. Let's go to right. And then to the left. I disappeared. And backwards. Oh, that was a good time. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta get some more air in here. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for the freaking out in the very beginning.
Silly shenanigans.
Silly shenanigans. Silly shenanigans. I apologize for that freaking out right as I was lowering my desk, right? Because I'm standing right now. I have got a standing desk. And I was putting my desk down so you could see me better because I realized that if the desk is up and if I then back up to try and do everything, it does weird things.
_today says, alright, I got a visual novel to play, so I'll say goodbye early today. Hopefully we'll have made coding progress by Tuesday. Goodbye all, much love, mwah. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and if anyone needs something, feel free to reach out to the best mod on Discord.
I appreciate that. Go enjoy and have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can make some progress too. I hope so. Progress? You are the best comedian. Okay, how dare you? I don't really have more of an argument of that. I can just say how dare you because, I mean, I can't really argue it too much. I do tend to get distracted. Anyway, speaking of distractions, so I was putting my desk down so you could see me better for the trifecta. And usually with a standing desk, if it starts going down and if it hits something, it would stop, right? Like you would assume so. Any standing desk that I've ever had, if it hits something and gives just like a little bit of resistance, again, like it'll stop, it'll back up a little bit and call it good. But For some reason it didn't, and so the edge of my chair was under the desk, and it was pushing down, so the desk started lifting itself up off the ground as like the top of it was going down. The leg then started coming up, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what the freak is happening here? So I had to like rip the chair out from under the desk, and then the camera got all wibbly wobbly, and anyway, so yeah, that's why I was freaking out. Good times. That's the dangers of standing, everybody. Do not stand, sit at all times, and you're gonna be just fine. Let's see here. Summer Phoenix says, hi, Moonwood. Hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. I finally get to meet you. I'm here, and you can meet me. Hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. How you doing? How was your weekend? How's things going for you? My YouTube's really been popping off recently. Ink, I heard you hit 600 subscribers. Is that correct? Because if so, that is absolutely fantastic. Gooblers indeed. Gooblers indeed. Unless by progress you mean redoing something that was already done and then wasting months of work just to revert back to the way of... So Loki, it's funny you should mention that. There's maybe a chance, a small, insignificant, tiny chance. I maybe was looking into redoing some things. Now before anybody says anything, I wouldn't be redoing much of the code. It would just be a visual redesign. So there's that. There is that.
Amaran Reap says, ahem,
squirrel. That's true. We do need to look at this. But really quickly, just because Loki's calling me out with this. And it's pee-pee poo-poo indeed. Just because it's getting called out. I do need to mention that I did maybe look into potentially redesigning the skill tree screen. Potentially, I haven't actually done it yet. But let me see if I can find this. Where the freak did it go? Oh, it's because it's a thing, a marvelous thing. Everybody knows it's a skill tree. Over here to documents, and we're gonna go to GitHub, Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures, and we're gonna come over here to skill tree. I did not want to open that one up. Skill tree. Okay, here we go. Let's open this up right here. So, everybody knows what the skill tree looks like, right? This is what the skill tree looks like. Nothing too crazy. Basically, yeah, the way that it's working is this is the start of the skill tree at the very bottom, and you can spend 1 skill point to be able to unlock any one of these things. And then you kind of have to, like, branch out to be able to get to other things, right? So it's like you'd start with this one, which would then unlock either one of these. And say, for example, if you were to put a skill point into this one right here, it would then unlock this one, but then you'd have to put a skill point into this one before you could put one into this one. And if you wanted to be able to get this last one, you would have to have done the entire tree to get up to there, which was a really cool, I really like the idea, right? And so that's why I'm on the fence about changing it. The only problem is that means you can unlock the top perks, the top skills, pretty quickly, honestly. Like, to be able to get to this one, you literally only need to be level, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By level 7, you can unlock the top perk, which gives you a revive if you die. This one is revealing the royal cards. Yeah. So, like, really good skills can be unlocked before you even reach level 10, honestly. If you were to just, like, focus on one of these skill trees, like, you can unlock them really quickly. So, I haven't changed it yet. I haven't done anything like that. I had an idea in my head visually for what I was like, maybe this could look kind of cool. So I visually put it together. I guess depending on how people feel about it, we might look into potentially doing it. But I have looked into potentially redesigning the skill tree to look something more like this. Now, this is not a finished final design at all. This is kind of like the rough idea, where basically it would show your player stats right up here. Your actual player icon would show right here, which just for a little sneak peek, this is one of the new character models that I've created. I'm hoping we'll get some feedback. We'll get some feedback on how people feel about it. I'm still not 100% satisfied with the way he turned out, but he got close. Anyway, yeah. So then basically, so like, you know, as for example, the top here is pretty close to what it is up here. But then it would basically be, instead of having the vertical skill trees, they would be horizontal. And then the way they would work is you would have progress as you are putting anything into any one of these skills. So basically you would have to...
I don't necessarily agree with that.
How dare you, Bobby? But yeah, so basically, yeah, so you would have your starting skills, which are all the exact same starting skills as they are here. But you would have to reach certain levels before you could eventually unlock the other skills.
The Inkwell says, Loki always knows exactly what to say to call you the heck out, Lamau.
I know. This is why I had to bring this up now, because as much as I would have loved to be like, no, Loki, you're not right. This is literally one of the things I did this weekend, was looking into potentially redesigning this. So I don't really have much that I can say in regards to defending myself, because, well, But anyway, so we can just kind of take a vote. If people feel like this would maybe be more fun, because here's the thing. I don't care the way that it works. I just want it to be fun. So I don't care if it's going to be something that that looks good or whatever it may be. So long as at the end of the day, it is fun to play, that's what I want this to be. So if this would be more fun to play than this, so instead of having to like branch out and like choose different things until eventually it kind of like comes back together on like a single higher skilled skill, then we'll stick with that one. Or if it's more fun to have it go kind of like in a linear line where essentially, so it's like, if you perk into this one right here, which is basically just increasing your max HP. If you just perk into this, 3 times, it then unlocks this next perk. And if you perk into either one of these 3 more times, then it unlocks this next perk. And if you perk into any one of these 3, and that's kind of how it is you don't necessarily have to perk into a specific one. Once you unlock one, you would be able to perk into that one to then keep this indicator going up and up and up and up. So that way, you would basically have to get to at least level 20 in Vitality to be able to unlock the max skill, right? And we're kind of it's the same thing with any of these. Like the max skill, you have to be at least level 20. And then at that point, you can just keep going. You can keep perking into any of the other ones. So anyway, that's kind of what I was thinking is just making it a little bit more... adding just a little bit more time to be able to get to those max skills. So... but again, if it's like, no, that sounds terrible, do not do that, then we can just kind of stick with this, and we can always just go in here. Like if we really wanted to have the player's graphic in here, I don't know, we could do something like this and just kind of throw this guy in here and be like, you're gonna be 400%, and we'll just kind of be like, yeah, you show up here or something. I don't know, something like that. So just a thought. Anywho, close that. All right, let's see here. Hello, Phoenix. There's a quick greeting before I go. There we go. Yes, yeah, it is called Squirrel. Whoa, that looks freaking cool. I appreciate that, Squirrel. Thank you. Loki always knows exactly how to call you out. Hello, sorry for missing the first bit. Do you think you are totally fine? No worries at all. I've only been here since weeks after the stream started. That is true. Yeah, Loki has been here basically since the beginning times. It's basically been Loki. It's been Axel. Cameron has also been here for a very long time. Jesse used to be here over on YouTube, and I don't know where Jesse's gone. Jesse, wherever you are, we hope you're doing all right. Loki, did I win? You sure did. Today I'm getting back from marching band. Hey, what? Sealk, you're in marching band. That is absolutely fantastic. What do you play? I used to play the bass drum in marching band. I couldn't even see it. How Nico Tom? Sorry, Mr.
What?
I know, right? What indeed? How much time did I get to close? To answer your question, Moonwood, yes, I reached 600 subscribers. I'm working on the special video as we speak. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm super proud of you. Very proud of you. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Until you respond, choose a game because I'm too tired right now. Are looking at art? Yes, we will definitely be taking a look at art. So it says, okay, let's see here. I got the follower badge. You don't. Follow age. Loki has been following for 1 year, 6 months, and 25 days and 8 hours. Cameron's been following for 1 year, 3 months, 8 days, and 23 hours. How? I'm telling you, Loki has been here for a very long time. Like, literally. And I'm pretty sure it was within the first, couple week or two. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks of me starting. Go home, Twitch, or try. Let's see here. Over on YouTube, the 3D renderer that I haven't used for anything yet sometimes goes over 100 megabytes and with heavier models. Gotcha. I just checked the current build of my 2D platformer project uses 46 megabytes of RAM. That is impressive. That is very impressive. You think you can make a tutorial on how you could use telekinesis in an RPG Maker project overworld if you have the free time? I'm not quite sure what you mean. At first when I saw telekinesis, I thought you were making a joke, but now I'm like, wait. So yeah, tutorial on how you could use telekinesis in an RPG Maker project overworld if you have the free time. Yeah, I may need a little bit more on that. Telekinesis, the best use of it I've seen in RPG Maker is probably the Golden Sun series. That wouldn't be hard to set up in RPG Maker. They're tested like field skills to manipulate objects in the world to solve puzzles. Telekinesis as in what twins do? That's telepathy. Why don't you make some of the perks of multiple tiers, like tier 1 of that gives 5%, blah, 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 that gives, tier 2 gives 10%, etc. We could do that. We could do something like that. If you run out of space, the newer one would be easier to extend, so there's that as well. True. And that is another great point, is that it's like, once I got this whole thing done, I was like, I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it, which is why I didn't actually implement any of this yet, because like, once I got it done, I was like, maybe. So I don't know. The thing is, like, we do have more space here. Now, keep in mind, when you are hovering over one of these skills, which I guess I could pull it up right here so you can actually see what's going on. So we come over here, we'll just grab Mathrazale Assault Gauntlets, we'll go to the skill tree. It says when you hover over one of these, you have this like information box that pops up right here. So that is kind of taking the bottom of the screen, but we could move it somewhere else if we really wanted / needed to. So, you know, it's things like we could make some changes. Like if we wanted to add more skills, we could absolutely do that. We could change things about it. We could also do something along the lines of, you know, we could add like tiers to this where it's like, you know, say for example, this first line, you could unlock between the levels of like 1 and 10. Line 2, you have to be, you know, 11 and 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, kind of a thing like that. So it's like you can't just unlock all of them at the same time. We could do something like that as well. So if we didn't want to actually change the design of it, but we just wanted to change how it works, where like you couldn't just speed run being able to revive when you die, or this one, which is revealing the top card of the deck if it's a king, queen, or jack, or this one, which is reducing the chance of drawing a card that would result in a bust. Like you can literally, if I were to do this, right? So if I get all these and I come up all the way to here, I would have a 30% chance when I'm drawing, at any point in time as I'm drawing, if I were to draw a card that would make me go over, I have a 30% chance to have it change the card to what I would need to be 21. So it's like, it doesn't necessarily make it so I get more blackjacks, but it does make it so that I'm more likely to just get 21. So like being able to just get that would be kind of wild if we're being completely honest here. So yeah, so some of them are kind of crazy, so I'm like, I kind of want to lock them down just a tiny bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway. Oh, let's see here. Sir, that's the arts have fallen. No, they have not fallen. Sealick here with a 10 stream streak. Sealick, I appreciate you for streaming here in the stream for 10 streams in a row. Thank you so much for streaming here. Remember everybody, if you're streaking where, make sure you're streaking in the stream. So thank you for that. All right, I'm done. I am on a school bus ride till 1. Sealick, that is a very long time to be on the bus, but good luck with that. I hope it goes well. That's for subs, so you probably subbed before I did. Oh, that's possible. That is very possible. Let's see here. If you run out of space, okay, yeah, and you can't progress past that perk until you max out on that. And we could do something like that as well, where you have to max out the perk too. So I don't know. Another thing we could potentially look into doing as well, so that we're not necessarily like redoing the entire design of it, is you'll notice that like, so there's these like there's these lines right here, right? So these connecting lines here to there and all that fun stuff.
Follower goal needs updated.
Follower goal needs updated. Wait, it does. Oh, it says we're at 640 and we're currently at 642. Yeah, the follower goal kind of gets a little bit messed up. So the reason being is because if you I'll kind of go over that in just 2 seconds. So anyways, yeah, so you see the progress bars right here. Well, I say progress bars, but as soon as you click on it once, it just like fills up entirely. We could change it to be more like they fill up over time. And so you would have to perk into this one 5 or 6 times before it eventually gets to one of these other ones, and then it would work. So we'll see. So anyway, so we could do something like that instead of like going through and redoing the entire layout of it all. So yeah, well, we'll see. Okay, we're gonna take a look at art in 2 seconds. I promise. But so I'm just gonna show it really quickly. So the stream elements, if we come over here, and then we've got the Twitch 2026. Let's edit this one. So yeah, so the reason why it kind of gets off sometimes is because so stream elements will track when I get a new follower, but it doesn't track when I lose a follower. So if someone is following and then they unfollow, I don't actually, like, it doesn't ever say to stream elements, hey, someone unfollowed. So I periodically have to come in here to the session data. I just have to say session data, or is it goals? Totals? Reset session data.
I can't remember. You have the totals there. You have goals. I guess I can just come in here and just say, excuse me, I tried to mute myself, and then my mute button didn't work, so I hope that didn't come through.
Too loudly. Okay, so if I save that, then I should be able to save here, and then it should update. Maybe. Let's refresh. Hey, there we go. Now it's updated. Okay, we're good. We're good to go there. Good times. Let's see, follower goal needs updated. LMAO, fair enough. You were pitched up, so that sneeze was as quiet as a basement whistle. Good. I'm glad. Then just making sure if you're out of space, you can't progress past that perk. You should pull a Stanley and put yourself in every game you make. I should! That would actually be kind of fun. I definitely should do that. All right, everybody, let's take a look at the art. I know that we have missed, it looks like 11 plus new messages, so let's take a look and let's see what we have missed over the time. So let's hear first from Cameron. We've got the first award. Oh my goodness, what? You got a first, that is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, beautiful stuff. Well deserved, very well deserved. Yeah, fantastic stuff, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Gold medal stuff, yeah, 100% gold medal stuff. Let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. Adorable, that is adorable. I like that, I like it. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I love the tail. The tail looks super good. Yeah, very nice on the tail. Let's see if I can add some reactions. There we go. Oh, we got Stray. I'm actually really liking the drop shadow you've got on this. Drop shadow is really cool looking. Yeah, the wings. I almost said the feathers. The wings look super cool. Yeah, I love the way that, like, you did like the highlights in them as well. Yeah, very nice use of like different like shading methods to be able to make it to like add the texture to it. Let's see what we got here. We've got Aurelia? Aurelia? I think it's Aurelia. I'm terrible at reading, so I apologize. Very cool stuff on the legwork, though. Very nicely done. And the skirt, oh my goodness, all that detail in the skirt looks so good. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Yeah, fantastic. Aurelia, okay, so I did get it eventually. What do you think, Ivy? Ooh, I'm loving the pixel art. That is beautiful stuff. Yeah, pixel art is no joke. Like, doing pixel art, like, you would think it's not that bad. And then you start doing it, and you're like, oh, actually, this can be a little bit tricky. So yeah, she looks fantastic. Beautiful. Yeah, very nice. Thank you for sharing those. This one I did as a desktop on an app named Pixie Editor. Nice. Redraw of the gold-winning piece, current pixel piece. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that is looking really good. Wait, so you're doing all of the pixel art on your phone as well? So that is impressive. The hands were tricky. Oh yeah, I believe it. Also, ILY uses they/them. Gotcha. They're definitely skipping some. You're definitely skipping some. What do you mean I'm definitely skipping some? I believe when it has a plus, that means there is more when you scroll up. I think they should show up from below. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If there is more above, then we can definitely go take a look at that. Missed my first one. Well, I'm sorry. This is the one that popped too. All right. We'll go up until it says, oh my gosh, 22 messages. Oh my god. Okay. So I do remember these from Ink. Okay. So we did see that one. We got from Bobby. Also, all my characters that don't have a specific series they belong in. Also, second time making a full scene, background, and everything. The first time making any image with more than one character in it. Not bad at that. Outcast. Ooh, nice. I really like this. I love the way you've done the fur too. Like it's minimal. Like it's just enough to like add that effect of like, oh, hey, yeah. You've got fur. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Outcats. Not. Oh, I'm dyslexic. I'm not gonna lie, Axel. I also first read it as Outcats. So maybe it should just be Outcats. See, that would be pretty good, but they're not all cats. Oh, gotcha. I never said this one. Oh my goodness, what? Okay, this one looks really good, Bobby. I really like that one. Yeah, the lines are super cool. I love the high contrast between just like the black fur. You got the bright lines. You've got like the slight gradient that's going on as well. Yeah, very nice. That is super cool. That is super cool stuff, Bobby. Beautiful, beautiful. My first attempt at pixel art. Okay, there it is. ILY, they/them. Very nice. That is fantastic. Honestly, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And again, yeah, love the tail. The tail looks super cool. Yeah, honestly though, like especially for a first attempt, you definitely nailed it. Like you cooked on that one. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Let's see. Okay, so catching back up. So we did take a look at this one, but I did not react yet because I apparently forgot to scroll up. Which apparently I guess I also have still 20 new messages. But maybe those are down below. Maybe. Okay, never mind. Okay, we got to the bottom and they disappeared. I think we're good. Oh my goodness! I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Cameron, I appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much for that. And Bobby as well. So I apologize that it took me so long to be able to get to. But yeah, beautiful stuff. Illy is how you pronounce their name. Oh, gotcha. I guess I was just, reading it as like an acronym because I assumed that like it was meant for something, but yeah. I love that. I love it. Okay, everybody. I think we're all caught up on everything that I need to look at. If there's anything else that everybody would like me to look at, let me know. But I think we can jump over here and we can get started on the game dev stuff. So, if you remember from the previous stream, I was going to say last stream, which I guess is technically last stream. If you remember from the Tuesday stream, we were getting the main menu all up and working and going. So if we come over here to main menu, we're getting stuff going on here. So, first and foremost, we have it coming along. It's coming along fairly well. We've got Quit Game. Quit Game works. That one was pretty easy to get done. We've also got then Play Game. So Play Game's working, and you can select your save file, and all of that is working well enough. It does technically save the game, so there is that. And then I believe we have it set up to, if you were to select any one of these games, it will load the game as well. We need to make it so you can delete your game eventually, but that is going to be in the options, which we're going to have to program out later. So, if you were to select a save file, it'll then take you to the character creation screen, which we can all now see the new characters. I only have 3. I only have 3 so far. It does take time to be able to create them. So, if you come over here, I don't know if I would necessarily say they're as cool looking as some of the other characters that we used to have in the game, but they're characters that I created and they're not from a pack that I purchased, so I am happy with the way they turned out. But anyway, so we got 3 character models, just like I said, and I have ideas for
about... the Inkwell says, cooking with the title screen there, dude. I
appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I hope it turns out, I hope it's gonna turn out all right. I hope so. But anyway, yeah, so as of right now, I'm kind of toying with having about 8 different, classes. As of right now, I don't think we're going to necessarily have anything change between the classes. It's just going to be how your character appears. Maybe eventually we'll have something in the game that will change based on the class that you choose. But as of right now, it'll just kind of it'll just change the depiction of your character. So as of right now, and I'm doing 2 basic models for each of the different classes. So you'll kind of have your choice of whoever you would want to pick and play as. But yeah, so basically the idea is we're gonna have so these first 2 are the fighters. We're gonna have wizards. So there's gonna be wizard 1, wizard 2, all that fun stuff. I want to have an assassin, some kind of like a priest or something. So I want to try and cover all of the basic fantasy classes. And then basically just make 2 models for each one. So anyway, that's definitely going to be something that I'm filling in as time goes on. Even if we only have a few for when the demo comes out, I'm not going to delay things if we don't have all of them done. Because eventually I want to do, it's going to be probably about 16-ish character models. So it is going to be quite a few. And so it's going to be quite the feat to be able to actually get all of those done. Plus I've got more monsters I want to make and all sorts of crazy stuff. So as of right now, it's just going to be these 3. So nothing too crazy. It's you can pick from these 3. Nothing too crazy. So we need to get the player name working. So we're probably gonna get that working tonight. And then just being able to start the game. We were running into issues. Last time, which basically it was when I did start game, it would fade out, it would come here to the perk select screen, all that fun stuff, and you would select a perk, and then it wouldn't work. And I was trying to figure out why. I had no idea why. So basically you would pick the perk, it would put the perk down in that bottom right corner. And then the game would essentially freeze up. And it was very annoying. I had no idea what the freak was going on. I was trying to figure that out, but I noticed that if I sat there for long enough, like 10, 15, 20 seconds sometimes, everything would start to kind of spawn in. And after a few more seconds, after a few more seconds, it would all pop up and everything would be fine. And I could walk around and there would be monsters and everything was hunky-dory, right? I wasn't quite sure what was going on. Had no idea, not a clue. Until eventually, I was going through. I was pulling up, all sorts of different things over here in the tomb generation, trying to figure out what was going on. I was like, I don't know what I changed. I don't know what I changed to make it so that none of this would be working. So, finally, as I was going through, I got down to my plugins, and I found the issue. And it is the persistent data plugin that we had that was causing the issue. So basically, what this plugin does is it allows you to be able to store data from your game, and it will be stored in, if we come over here to Tomb of Vercilias, JavaScript, Tomb of Vercilias saves. It will create a file here called persistent.rpg save. And basically what this will do is you can save variables and switches, and it will save it in that file, and they can then be accessible from any game that the player has. So say, for example, you could, again, like random example. Basically, what you could do is you could have some kind of puzzle mechanic with this plugin where you could have a party, and you're going and you unlock this thing, but it kills your party. They're dead. Game over. Nothing more to do at that point. But you could then start a new game and then get to that point in the game with a new party, and you could then check that switch, and it would then have been opened in the other game, and then you could progress past that point. So you could do things like that, right? So basically, it's persistent data. So any switch and variable that you have pre-selected in here, save, it will then save that across any of the other saved games. So you could do some kind of cool stuff. But the reason why I have it hidden here in this game is because I wanted to be able to save variables and switches across saved games. So when I come over here to play game, we can actually show the name of the character you've selected. So because as of right now, this is technically like in RPG Maker terms, this is a new game. This is not loaded any saved game at all. Not at all. So, so there's technically like no saved data that it could pull from here. But what we could do is if we have universal variables and switches, we could save characters' names and things like that inside of a variable, and then we can access that variable through any of the saved game files, and then we could be like, okay, this character named this player named their character, I don't know, Ink, right? And then it would then show up here that the save file is named Ink. And then it doesn't matter if it's a new game, if it's the save game you're loading or anything like that, it would show, yep, that save file is Ink, because that is the name of the character. That's what's going on there. We could also do other things, like we could pull in the character file, image and stuff like that. So it could be some really cool. So actually, like we were looking at it last time, and it was working. So if we come over here and if we were to do that one, then look at that. So you would be able to pull up, and it would show the character. So if we were then say 2 and 3, it would then pull up the character of that save file, so you could see like, oh, yep, that's my character, and then it would show the name and all that fun stuff. So that is why I was really wanting to have it. But, like I said before, and then so say, for example, if I were to close that and then reopen it, because I've set those variables to be that, if I then do play game, it didn't save. Wait, did I disable that? Oh, it's because I disabled it. That's why. So anyway, so if I turn that back on, I then have the variables and stuff like that that are set to be able to save in that file. So if I were to then come over here and do a new game, and if we were to say year 1, 2, and 3, you can see we got all the characters there now, and then if we were to close and come back, it should save that info, which would then be play game, and look at that, it's all there. Happy days. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with all of that stuff. So we'll come over here, start a new game. Let's just set a model. We'll be like, oh yeah, we're gonna be the wizard on this one. We'll set player name, whatever, and then we do a start game. Everything works fine. We get over here. This screen works totally fine. No worries, no problems at all there. And then as soon as we say, let's say, for example, if we want to do Griffin's Potion of Power, and we grab this one, you'll notice it kind of does like this weird skipping thing. And then it just goes like this, and it stays like this for a while. And it's seemingly nothing is happening, right? Like I can't click on anything. I can't do anything if I press F9. I can't pull up like the variables and switches editor. And I just have to sit here and wait, and wait, and wait some more. This is what was happening on the stream. And I thought that maybe my computer was just like dying, and I'm like, what the freak is happening? I was trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, I have no idea what's going on. Again, like, I can just sit here, and sometimes it takes a very long time because it's basically running at like 1 frame per second, and it's trying to generate the tomb, which can already be kind of like a bit of a process. And there we go. Everything's fine. I can then move around. I can. It's fine. Everything's hunky-dory. No worries at all. I can move around, and everything's working just as it should. But, oh my gosh, this is actually too good to pass up on. Let's do a hit. Good enough. There we go. It is also kind of like lagging a tiny bit, which is kind of what I'm so that's a little bit concerning / confusing. Oh crap. Evens? Go. Happy days. Yeah, so it is running a little bit not great right now. Kind of a little laggy. That is neither here nor there. The thing that is the biggest issue is that, again, like it shouldn't run and lag like that. So I don't know exactly what it is that's causing all of that to happen, but I know that it has something to do with this plugin. If I were to come over here and if I were to say, hey, turn it off, and I'm not going to get rid of this persistent data file, I'm going to leave that right there. And so if I were to come in here, it shouldn't load in from that file, because we should, if we come over here, we should then come up to these variables. And they're all set to 0 because it's not pulling in that data. And so if I do a new game, say file 1, start the game, that all fades out. We come over here, we select one of our perk cards, and then there we go. We're in here, everything's fine. There's no loading times or anything like that. So I have no idea, not a clue what it is that would be causing something like this to happen. Yeah, there's something. So I need to look more into the code and just kind of see what might be going on, because it is specifically with the tomb. The tomb specifically is doing something that is causing it to not work correctly, and I don't know what or why. So, yeah. But I think it's just if I transfer here, right? Because if I just come directly here, it should pull everything up like normal. Okay, there we go. I mean, it was a little slow, but like, there we go. Yeah, it comes in just fine. If we come over here and we turn on persistent data, then it does this whole, it just like sits there. So there's something in here that is messing.
Go into the
with
Inkwell says,
I don't know.
The tomb has become self-aware and is trying to screw you over.
I know, it's something weird is going on here, and I have not a clue what is going on here. Very bizarre stuff. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, so trying to figure that out. At least I kind of know now. Oh crap. There we go. At least I know now, like, what is causing the issue. I just don't know how to fix the issue is all. So not exactly a good time, but not as bad as I was fearing. So, yeah. I don't know. Let's see, Buref Scope Creep, 100%. Let's see here. A new man, 2027 Twitch is on a 3-stream streak. That is absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching for 3 streams in a row. I do appreciate it. Remember, everybody, if you're streaking anywhere, make sure you're streaking the stream. So thank you for that. You know what was happening, which is a start. True. At least I do know what is happening. I know what is causing it. I'm not quite sure the best way to describe it, because I don't know what's causing it, and I don't know why. But I know what's causing it, and I know why, which sounds very bizarre. That's just the way it is. I wonder if I would just put this to false. Gotta start somewhere. True. Yeah, if I put that to false, what is gonna happen? I don't know. Hold up. Is it actually storing though? Okay. Interesting. So there's a spot here in the plugin, which is basically just save variable when set. So whether the persistent variable will be saved to the file the moment any variable is set. I wonder. Hold up. Variable 80. Which variable is variable 80?
Inkwell summoned Redemption Chan.
Well. Redemption Chan. Global save
Go into
slot
the Inkwell
selected.
summoned Mood Chan.
Oh boy, we got the lineup coming. Oh, there we go.
Go into the Inkwell just summoned Eclipse Chan.
Oh yeah, we got the
Go
full,
into the Inkwell summoned Sun Chan.
we got the full lineup coming. This is gonna be a good time. So we have this variable here, which is the
Go into
global
the
save
Inkwell
slot selected.
just summoned Moon Chan.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Wait. Oh, there we go. It just took a little time. That's all. So yeah, so we have this variable here, which is the save slot selected. Okay. And I don't think anything is really, because I was kind of thinking
Maybe one of the issues
Could have been. Come over here to the tomb. Is anything in here affecting variable 80? Not that I can see.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
But you really should. You really should agree with that. What is that? Yeah, I don't see anything in here really affecting variable.
Go into the Inkwell polymorphed Moonman into a chicken.
I'm gonna be a chicken after this. Even after all of this, I'm still gonna be a chicken. That is gonna be absolutely glorious. You know, I've kind of been thinking, what if I were to change
Go
it?
into the Inkwell summoned Redemption Chan.
There we go. Oh my gosh. The fact that Redemption Chan is now available again after you've redeemed all of them and they're still going through, that is hilarious. Because that means you could potentially redeem all of them back to back, and by the time you got back to the first one, the cooldown would have been that's actually really funny. That is really funny. Okay. Well then, I don't know. So maybe we'll just leave that to false. Because I think what might actually be happening. Here's what I think is happening. And this is just a very much so yes on my end right now. I don't know. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, so here's what we got. Let's come over here, play game, empty file 1, start game. And then it comes over here, and then we select, we'll just go with number 1. Okay, so come over here. Variable 80. You are currently equal to 1, which is correct. You should be number 1. So I don't think it's doing anything with that. I think what it may have been doing, and again, this is just a guess. My guess is that as it was going through this whole tomb generation script, it's writing to a bunch of variables. I have no idea. As far as I know, this should be variables 1229 through 1234. So it should only be about 6 variables that it's affecting. That's 80, and then 1229 through 1, 2, 3, 4, essentially. Which is what it should be. Like, I shouldn't have to do, 1229, 1230, 1231, 1232, 1233. I shouldn't have to label them all individually. I should be able to do the through, because it shows that I can do that. You can be like 1 through 3, 5 through 6, 8, 10 through 11, 13, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. But anyway, so my guess is, though, there might be something that is happening where it is, as it's looping through, because again, this common event right here, this thing loops probably several dozen, if not hundreds of times to be able to actually generate the tube, right? So there's so many things in here that are looping again and again and again and again. And so I'm wondering if the script is potentially messed up, and I wonder if it's trying to log. I wonder if one of these variables in here is logging one of those variables to that file hundreds of times per second, which would cause that kind of lag, because that would mean that it's constantly writing to this file, which again would cause lots of issues. But I don't think I can actually open this up and see what's going on in here. I'm pretty sure that if I open this up, it's just going to be a jumble of letters and hoopla. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's just a jumble of hoopla and letters. Nothing we can actually make sense of. So, Yeah, I can't really confirm one way or the other what exactly is happening there. But that's my guess. That's my guess is that it's just logging a whole bunch of information and saving it to the file again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So I think what we're gonna do, hoopla, 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 hoopla. What is that? Is that, what are the Kongs? Is that Lanky Kong? I think that's Lanky Kong. Or is that Diddy Kong? Oh my gosh. Moscow mules are so good. Moscow mules. There we go. Notes reference to SpongeBob. Oh! Well, it's also a reference to Donkey Kong 64. I think it's Lanky Kong when he jumps. He's like, hoopla, hoopla. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. Fair enough. Well, then I'm going to try this really quickly. Because I don't know exactly when this is going to save. If we don't save it then and there.
Go into the Inkwell summoned Mood-chan.
Aw, yeah. So maybe we do this. Maybe we do this just to kind of like test and see, you know?
Go into the Inkwell just summoned Eclipse-chan. Go into the Inkwell summoned Sun-chan.
Coming. They're coming. We're going to list all these variables out individually.
Go into the Inkwell just summoned Moon-chan.
And we're going to see what happens.
Go into the Inkwell summoned Redemption-chan.
Oh boy. It's going to be so good. Okay. So
Go
what's going to happen
here?
Who knows?
Polymorphed Moonman into a chicken.
We're going to find out. Oh, there we go. Start game. Okay, let's see. We'll select the first one. Okay. Still causing issues. Show. Let's try this. What if okay, it's still like it is running so poorly. Okay, there we go. It finally closed. I hit the X button like 20 seconds ago. To be honest, I'm just doing this because I'm bored. Well, I'm very sorry. They're so bored. I'm sorry that I'm so boring that you're like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. What if I get rid of all of those? We do save. Let's take a look. Play game. Save file 1. Start game. Everybody cross your fingers. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's still happening. So it's not necessarily the variables that I'm adjusting or saving. It's just this plugin in general is just having this issue. I guess we could get rid of 80 and just see if that fixes it. Who knows? Who knows? No, not you. That's what it sounded like you said. That is what you sounded like you said. Yeah, maybe this will be enough. No, okay, all right. Very, very strange. I don't know. We'll just say 1229 through 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good enough. And then we'll just set this one to be false. And then I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure. We say save, and then over here in the town, we're gonna turn on this save. And over here in main menu, once you hit new game on save slot 1, don't take me to the spell book, take me to the town. So I want to see, I want to see when this is actually going to update. So as of right now, this persistent data was saved on, so at 9:47 p.m. Okay, 9:47 p.m. Let's open it. Over here, set you to 3, start game. What? Excuse me? Oh my gosh, I did it again. I keep doing that. I'll select the map and I'll say, yeah, take me to the town. And then I hit OK. You need to select a spot in the town to be able to get taken to. There we go. Okay, are you still at 9:47 p.m.? Yes. Okay, so you're still at 9:47 p.m. Here we go. Give this a shot. Play game. We're gonna set you to number 3. Start game. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. No, you're good. You're good. You can keep going. You can keep going. I'm loving it. Okay, so all that should be saved. And that was saved at 9:47 p.m. still. So when would it actually save that then? JavaScript, plugins. Persistent data. When do you actually save? If you insist. Yes, there we go. Okay. Whether persistent variables will be used in the save file the moment any variable is set. True or false. Default is true. This plugin provides persistent switches and variables that are saved to the persistent saved file, allowing you to set switches and variables that are not tied to a saved game. Uses for this could include designing an ending list of creating new game plus elements without requiring the use of a clear save file. The value for each variable / configuration ID editor without any leading zeros. 10 instead of 0, 0, 1, 0. Examples having persistent switches. 1, 3, okay, yeah. Plugin commands. Persistent save. Forces a save of the persistent data file. Okay. Forces the game to load from the persistent data file. Okay. Gotcha. So there is a plugin command which is persistent save. I really like this one. I like that one too. Yeah, that is a really good one. Yeah, spoiled cooked with that dancing one. Okay, so if we come in here then, we should be able to say, when we save the game here in the town, if we do plugin command, persistent save, okay, save it. Let's come over to save. Let's delete those. Start a new game. So everything should be fresh here. There shouldn't be anything saved if we come over here. Yeah, 0, 0, 0, because there should be 0 save files at all. Go, Moonchan, go! Right, empty save file 1. Let's do player model 2, and we're going to start game. Let's see what happens. Exit the town. We should flash the screen, letting me know that it saved the game. If we close that and then come over here, we should then have persistent. Okay, cool. And a save file. Awesome. Now, let's do this. Let's open up the game. Play game, save file 1. There we go. Should pull me back over here, which it does. Awesome. Come over here. We should then see... Actually, we should be able to refresh the game. And then come over here and see that variable... Oh, dear. Cameron says, well, I'm going to go finish watching Everything Everywhere All at Once. Such a good movie. I still need to see that movie. I heard it was really good, but I still have never actually watched it. Well, good luck with that. I hope that it goes well for you, and I appreciate you being here. Free on YouTube. Oh, well, then I definitely need to go watch it. Okay. So... Crap. That's annoying. I had no idea that would be the case. Okay, so then basically what we need to do then is we need to say persistent load. We need to do that here on the main menu. This needs to be like the first thing that it does. Plugin command, load. Okay, there we go. Did you know the first animated feature was from Argentina? It was a political satire. Also, what in the world? That is kind of wild. That is kind of wild that it was Argentina. Come over here. We should then have here in the variables still 0. Why would that be the case though? Huh. Okay. Quit game. Yeah, persistent load right there. Nothing. Should be storing the right ones, right? 1229 through 1234. Okay. Can you tell I've been researching that? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So why is it not saving... Why is it not saving that at all then? 1232. Like, it obviously has the saved data. Huh. Okay. Let's delete that. let's come over here. We should be able to say, we're set you to 2 again. Come over here. But is it not actually setting the model then? When I go start game? Okay, well that would be it then. Yeah, what? Okay. Okay, so wait. Oh my gosh. So we're setting variable 63, which is the player model. But then we're never actually saving player model to the save file. And that would do it. Okay, good times. All right. Okay. So save slot 1. So global save slot selected. So that is variable 80. So then over here, I want to say when you say new game, we're going to say game variables dot set value. Is this even a bug? Who knows? Who knows? It definitely is. Now, this part is something that I did forget to do. The rest of it is a bug, though. Okay, so game variables dot set value. So we're going to say set variable 1220 or 1232, 32, 33, 34. Yes. We're going to say game variables dot set value 1232 plus game variables dot value 80. We're basically saying 1232. Nope, 1231. 1231, because that would then be 1232, 33, 34. Yeah, so we're basically just saying set variable 1231 plus the value of variable 80, which we're tracking that to show which game you are currently selecting to start a new game at. So it's either 1, 2, or 3, which should add 1, 2, or 3 to 1231. We're setting the value to be equal to that. And we're going to set it to be... O to B. Studio launches our first closed beta tomorrow.
Moonman has been
goodness.
super chatted up by Tactical Mindscapes. Studio launches our first closed beta tomorrow.
Tactical Mindscapes, that is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations. Also, thank you so much for that $2 super chat. I do appreciate that. Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic stuff. Holy smokes. That is a big day. That is a very big day. Very nice. Yeah, I hope that it all goes well. Do you have any links, anything to share? Would absolutely love to look into it. I hope you'll accept an invite. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Links, whatever you got to send. I'd absolutely love to look into it. Bugs everywhere. It's true. They're all over the place. Okay, so we're setting variable 1231 plus the value of 80 to be equal to the value of variable 80. Because that's either going to be 1, 2, or 3. No, not 80. We want 63. 63 is the actual character model. Yes, 63. Okay, there we go. Now, that should actually set that correctly. So then if we come over to here, okay, so save is good. Then if we come over to here, you should then be able to check and see. You should have variable, yeah, so you're still 000, but if you do new game, save file 1, let's say we're going to do character model 3, and then start game. I definitely know how to spell variables. And it does not have 2 V's. Gotta call an exterminator. They're everywhere. Blasted bugs are everywhere. Yeah, let's set that to player model 3, and then start game. Now, we should have variable 63 should be model 3. And then if we check and see, 1232 should be 3. Okay, it as it is. And then it should flash the screen to the saves. We should be able to refresh the game. Then come over here. We should be able to see 1232 is equal to 3. It is. Awesome. Now here's the question then. Do we need to have this persistent load here? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together. We do not. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it was a bug. It just, yeah. Let's see, Chichikaka says, hello, do you feel the restrictions of RPG Maker? Is there any feature that you are unable to implement? That is a really great question. So, yes and no. So here's the thing for me is that basically anything that I've really wanted to make in RPG Maker, I have been able to make in some way, shape, or form. There are some things that I'm kind of like, it would be, like, there are some it would be nice to haves kind of a thing, you know, in RPG Maker. But like the thing is, especially with RPG Maker MV and MZ, where I've got like JavaScript and stuff like that, that barrier is definitely a lot lower now, just because like with enough time and effort or a plugin or whatever it may be, there's a lot less that I can't do with RPG Maker. But that is because my expectations are exactly what RPG Maker can deliver. Like, I know that I can make a game like this. I know that I can make, you know, simple games, right? And it's kind of honestly what I want to make, is just like simple, hopefully fun games that people will want to play. Now, don't get me wrong, if I could make a Doom clone or something like that, it would be really cool. I would really enjoy it. If I could make some kind of like 3D atmospheric horror game, I would have an absolute blast of time with that, 100%. But yeah, so basically when it comes to RPG Maker though, because I've been using it for so long, like I know what to expect with it, and so there's not really anything in my mind that I'm like, ooh, I want to make that, but I can't with RPG Maker, because I'm just like, well, you know, here's the things that I want to make, because it's things that I know that I could make in RPG Maker. So yeah, there definitely are the limitations that if they weren't there, like, you know, in terms of like if I had like a Godot or something like that I knew how to use, it would be a lot less. But yeah, so it's like yes and no. So yeah, so I do know there are things with RPG Maker that you cannot make, and like they kind of are restrictions, but they don't really feel like restrictions, because I know I'm not going to be making a game like Skyrim in RPG Maker. I know that I'm not going to be making a game like Morrowind or Daggerfall or something like that in RPG Maker. I know that I'm not going to be making a, you know, I don't know, Ocarina of Time in RPG Maker. But I do know, with enough time and effort, I could create something that doesn't necessarily look and feel like RPG Maker. But anyway, so yeah, so to answer your question, yes, there definitely are restrictions, but they don't feel like restrictions for me personally, because I understand like how much the engine can, but also can't do. And so because of that, I can then say, okay, cool, yeah, so it can't do that, so I don't even get in my head of like, oh, I want to be able to make this thing, because I'm just like, well, it can't. So but anyway, so one day when I do learn like a Godot or something like that, then one day I would love to make some kind of like atmospheric horror game in like the same vein as like Doom or something like that. Yeah, so one day it'll happen. For now though, I stick with RPG Maker. Let's see, Dan says, oh geez, my recreation of RPG Maker uses 149 megabytes of RAM. That's a lot more than I was expecting. Jeez. I don't think I had checked the performance profile until now. That is kind of wild, actually. That is kind of wild. Okay, so where were we? Okay, yeah. So it does load up the variable data without having to manually load it. So that is good. That is good. Now it's just a matter of, yeah, see, there you go. I've got my save file right there. It can show the character. That's awesome. That is a good time. I do have a Doom-styled software renderer programmed in my engine, but I haven't used it for anything yet. That is actually super cool. That is really cool. That's like my level. I'm like, if I could create something that looked and felt like Doom, and then did like some kind of like fantasy RPG in that style, I'm like, I wouldn't even care if it was like super restricted like the original Doom was. I think it would just be a lot of fun. And so that's why I originally picked up RPG in a box to be able to do something like that. And I tried for a while, and I just could not, I couldn't get it to work well. I know that if I spent more time, then maybe, but yeah, I guess in my mind, I was expecting it to be more of like an RPG Maker kind of a thing, where it's like you would just buy it, you would open it up, and you would just be able to like just go to town and just start making stuff. But I'm like I couldn't even figure out how to make a door, so I'm just like, ah, crap, this is not gonna work well. So I do want to try RPG in a Box again at some point in time, because it was a good engine. I just, the amount of time I have, I'm like, I don't know if I have time for it, so we'll see. Maybe one of these days. But anyways, then we upload that again, and then it does that whole thing, and everything's good to go, and everything's hunky-dory. I don't know what's going on there with that second flash, or like the second thing. Like if I come in here and refresh, we do new game, empty file 1, that all fades out. And then it fades in, fades out, and fades in. I don't know what's going on there. That's going to definitely be something for another day, though. Okay. Yes, there we go. I'm glad I got that working. I'm going to sit down now. My back is hurting. I'm getting tired. I'm an old man, and I can't stand for very long. All right. Oh, that's so much better. That was so much better. I was considering using it for a Strife-style RPG later. Strife was an RPG built in the original Doom engine. Really? That's kind of cool. See, I would want to make something like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Wonder if I can get anything more out of this guy. Probably not. Man. Freaking mint leaf in here. It's jacking up the whole project. Just come on. Give me the last bits of drink without the mint leaf. Oh my gosh. I can't even get it to like go around my straw. Just loop around the straw. Don't be stuck to the side of the cup. You got this. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this leaf. Right there. There we go. There we go. Now I can get the rest. Nothing quite like sipping the rest of a, the very bottom of a cup of a Moscow Mule. All right, here we go. Basically, Wolfenstein, Doom, Quake. Yeah, it's, yeah, and Wolfenstein 2 is, like, another one that I'm, like, yeah, in that same, like, render, like, quality, like, level layouts, like, very simplistic. I think it'd be so much fun. And I just started with a simple Wolfenstein-styled renderer and worked my way up to real 3D. Nice, nice. I still gotta do that. I still gotta make that journey. Okay, so what else do we need to do here? We need to be able to set the character's name, which I know that I had something in here for that. I don't remember, though. I can't remember. Oh, my goodness.
Welcome some Randev and your 20 amazing audience members.
What's up, Randev? Thank you so much for that raid. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome everyone. Glad to see you here. We live in a 3D world. 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 We definitely do live in a 3D world, and I appreciate y'all being here. So thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How'd the rest of your stream go? Hopefully things went well for you. I apologize for causing some mischief in mid-stream as I was pulling up your stream and my stream. But it was a good time. It was a good time. So I hope you were able to get all of your dreams taken care of. Some Randev wants to collaborate, except I can still knock. I made progress. Lies. No. I bet you did. I bet you did make progress. You made some. See, there you go. There you go. See, you did make progress, and honestly, that's half the battle right there. So I'm glad you made progress. We've also kind of made progress here, a little bit, a very tiny little bit. So for anybody that maybe was here on the Tuesday stream last week, you may remember that as we were creating the menu, oh yeah, that's right. So basically we're working on the menu for this game, and we are trying to get it all working and all that fun stuff, as you would do as you're working on a menu. Yes, we're trying to get it working. We're running into some weird issues. So by the time we got to the end of what was kind of going on here, we were finally able to get through and to be able to like create your character, and it would load the game
thanks for the follow, Trick and Treat Games.
Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so basically you'd play a game and all that fun stuff, and it was a good time. And then as soon as it loaded up the game didn't crash, but later I found out it was basically running at like 1 frame per second, and it was just it was just not working well. But I discovered that if I left it there for like 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds, it would eventually load the game and everything would be just fine. So I was trying to figure out what the freak was going on. I wasn't quite sure. Actually, if you come in here, I did eventually find it. So I discovered that it was with this plugin right here, the persistent data plugin.
Spicy the Macagus.
Thank you so much, Spicy the Macagus. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. Yeah, so basically, here's what was happening. So if I come over here to true, and I'm going to set that to true. And if we come over here and we start the game, actually, and for anybody who was here before and that hasn't been here because you were part of the Summer and Dev stream, I made some new character models for the game. I've only got 3 right now, and they're not amazing, but there's stuff that I made, so I'm proud of them. So we got ourselves a fighter.
You are
model.
just a figment of my imagination.
Oh, you're a figment of my imagination. We got ourselves a fighter character, both male and female, and then we've got a mage right here. So basically the idea is
I want to make like 8 different like classes essentially, and I want you to be able to have the kind of so without going into full character customization. Eventually, maybe one day we will, but I was just like, you know what? Hopefully, if I create
enough classes, maybe hopefully people will be able to find a style that they like. So we'll see what happens. So as of right now, these are just the 3 we've got. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but that's what we got so far. So eventually, I'm hoping to have about 16 total characters for you to choose from, and there'll be anything from like fighters to wizards to like some kind of like priest, maybe like an assassin, something like that. So a jester class. So if it's not a jester, I could add a jester. I do want to add a bard class. And they might be kind of jester-esque looking, but maybe we'll do a jester. Maybe we'll do a jester. So as of right now, the actual class itself is not really going to change anything in the game. This is just your player model, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. Their peak. I appreciate that. Thank you, Some Random. I'm so jealous of your pixel art journey. I mean, honestly, I think what I've discovered is doing it on stream is a bad idea because I rush myself and I feel like everything that I do looks terrible, and so I'm either constantly second-guessing myself while I'm streaming it, or something, like there's always something. And so I'm always like, I just gotta rush through this really quickly. And for anybody who does art knows, you can't really rush art. As soon as you start rushing the art, it's just not gonna look good. So, yeah, so because like this guy right here, he probably took me about, it was probably about 3 hours, and I know that I'm not going to sit there for 3 hours on the stream making a character like this. So yeah, normally I'd be like, I'm just gonna make a quick 5-minute character, and you're never gonna be able to make a character in 5 minutes. So at least I'm not gonna be able to. Maybe someone out there can, but I cannot. So anyway, eventually we'll be getting more. So here is kind of the issue we were having. So if we start the game, it will pull us over into the wrong spot. Now that I'm realizing, let's come over here. Oh my gosh, why is my nose starting to itch so bad? I am so sorry. I think it's because I think the cat's down here, probably. That silly cat, making my allergies spark up. All right, so let's come over here. We're going to start the game. So basically, here's what's going on. Bard's good too. Okay, yeah, cool. I'll see if I can kind of make them jester-esque looking. Title looks so good. I appreciate that, Snooky. Thank you. Yeah, it's oh my god. Apparently I scratched myself and I touched my arm and then I got some blood on it. Looking good, Joker. Okay, so let's come over here and then we're gonna do yeah, so the character model, there we go. We're just gonna go with that one right there. So if we start the game, it will then fade out and it'll take us to this screen right here, which I'll be able to choose one of these guys, and then I choose it, and then as you can see here, it kind of like freezes up, screen goes black, sits here. Nothing's going good. That kind of pops up. And this is what was happening on the last stream. And I was trying to figure out what the freak was going on. I thought the game was just like broken, and so I kept closing it. But then later discovered, what the freak is happening? What is happening? Hold up 2 seconds. This is actually, and there we go. Seeing that it all pops up and everything's fine and good to go and it's all hunky-dory and dandy. Yeah, like literally, what is happening? Okay, if you're squeamish, don't look, but like I've just got like blood dripping out of my arm. Like so much so to like point like where it's literally dripping down. I don't know what happened. I kind of wipe that up. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'm squeamish, but I looked. Okay, it wasn't like that much blood. But I guess if just like the sight of blood at all makes you squeamish, then I guess that's where the warning was. Moon making a blood sacrifice live on stream. I'm doing it to hopefully get through all of this and maybe make it work. So anyway, so that once it loads, everything is fine and good to go. So eventually, after I looked through events and everything like that, just going like crazy, trying to figure out, eventually figured out it was because of this plugin right here. So this plugin is the Jackal persistent data. So essentially what this plugin does is it allows you to be able to save information between saved games. So it basically creates this data file. So if we come over here, so we got this persistent data right here. And basically what this is doing is it is storing a set of variables and switches that I go in and tell it. So basically I'm saying, hey, I want you to save the data in variables 80 and then variables 1229 through 1234. And then essentially anything that gets saved in those variables, it saves it to that data file. Trick and Treat Game says, good night. I have that problem too. Not gonna lie, I'm very clumsy and get cuts on my body. It happens. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And hopefully we'll see you on a future stream soon. Hopefully. Trying to keep this thing from falling off my arm so it doesn't bleed anymore. It's so vibrant, very good color design. Thank you, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Tsunuki says, good night all. Moon Game Sir was trying to touch us goobers. How dare. Oh, wait. Oh, Trick and Treat Games, you were saying good night to Tanuki. Okay, Tanuki, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And yeah. I know why it took me a while to get that one figured out. But Sir, I cannot believe that you would try to touch us gooblers. How dare. Anyway, there's no evidence. I haven't posted the body yet. Good point. Without evidence, nothing can really be proven. Anywho, so this plugin, it takes data from variables and you'll be able to access that variable data from anywhere, right? Basically, it could be like the first thing that comes to mind for me is you could have in your game, you could have essentially where the player has to spring some trap, right? To be able to or they're going through a puzzle, right? And they pull a lever and it kills them and they die. And then they are stuck in like a save game loop. Because it's like, as soon as they load their game, they pull the lever, they die, whatever. But what you could do is you could then have save the switch of the lever being pulled, and then the player would then have to start a new game, get to that part in the cave or whatever it is, and then you could have the player's previous save file that was there that pulled the switch, you could have them there and the door is open because they had opened the door in a previous save file with previous characters, and then everything's open and you're just able to go through. So that's kind of like the first thing that comes to mind when I think about the persistent save data. But anyway, yeah, so basically you're just able to choose, hey, I want you to save these variables into a data file, and then you can access that stuff anywhere, anytime. So this was the problem. So as soon as I set this to be turned off, then I can come over here, I can play, and then I can just say, okay, yada, play game, save file 1, start the game, and then it goes black, and then I select one of the cards, and then it pops up. Everything's good to go. No worries at all there. So I was like, okay, crap. That means there's an issue with this freaking plugin, which is very sad because I definitely need this plugin to be able to handle like all the save game data and all that fun stuff. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do here? How am I going to get this all figured out? But apparently, if I come over here and I set this from true to false, which is basically this is auto saving the variables anytime they are changed. Now, I don't know why or where it would be changing these at all, because I checked, and there's nowhere that should be updating those files, again, like anywhere. Is anything in here, variable 80, like none of these should be affecting variable 80 in any way, shape, or form. They shouldn't be affecting the variables 1229 through 1234, so I have no idea. Like, none of these should be affecting it at all. But they are for some reason. So anyway, but I did discover that if I set that to false, I can then have the variable turned on, and then everything is good to go. So if I then come over here and I say play game, save file 1. Oh, and then as you can see, it does have that save file there, so it knows that save file 1 I had chosen character number 1. So I do save file, character model, I'm just gonna set you, and then start the game. There we go, yada yada yada. Comes over here, pulls up the perk cards, I select a perk card, loads, everything's good to go. The only problem here is, since I told it to not autosave, if I then say play game, it is still saving the character from my previous save file right here. But I did discover that there is a plugin command to come over here to the town. Apparently there's a plugin command where if I just say persistent save, that will manually write to the file. So we can get around it. So anytime that I go to save the game, I just want to tell it, hey, write to the save file, write to the data file, and then save the game. So it's basically what I have to do at this point now is just do that, and then we should be good to go. Even if you were changing these those variables, it's a little crazy. It takes so long to save the variables. Yeah, my guess is, and this is just my guess, there must be some kind of bug somewhere in the plugin, because again, nowhere, anywhere, especially like in the very beginning. So like, my guess is it's like somewhere in the tomb generation or something, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so my guess is that somewhere in here, it is accidentally changing a bunch of it's changing a bunch of variables a ton. Like it's going through so many loops here, setting random variables, checking random variables, this, that, and the other thing. Like it's doing that literally probably thousands of times in this plugin, in this common event right here. It's probably doing it about just thousands and thousands of times as it's generating the tube. And so my guess is that there must be some kind of bug where it is accidentally saving a variable that it shouldn't be. And because of that, it is then saving to the file hundreds, if not thousands of times, probably per second. And then eventually it does get to the point where it's just running into issues. So I wonder if there's some loop where the variable is getting saved counts as updated, updating them, which re-triggers an update. And that's kind of my guess, honestly. Now, there shouldn't be anything in there that is affecting directly variables 80 or 1229 through 1234. And that's kind of what I'm meaning, is that like anything in there, it shouldn't be updating anywhere in here. Like not at all in here at all. So that's where I'm not quite sure. And that's where I'm kind of like, there might be just like a bug somewhere where it's accidentally saving a variable that it shouldn't be saving. And then because of that, it is then, saving it again and again and again and again. If you were changing those variables, it's a little crazy. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah, so that's my guess, is that there's a bug in the plugin that is saving the incorrect variable, and so it's saving it hundreds, if not thousands of times, like per second, and that's what's causing it to lag like this, because it's saving it so many times. But if we come over here and we just make sure this is turned on, and then we set the save variables when set to off, and then at that point in time, we can just, whenever we want to save that variable file, we'll just say that manually, just do persistent save, it'll save it, and it'll be good to go. So at that point now, we should be able to then come in here, and we should be able to say, if we go to main menu, over here, change you to no longer go to the spell book. We're going to have you go to the town, right there. Then if we say play game, it does have this one saved already, so that technically shouldn't be right there. But instead, for example, if we come over here to save file 2, we do save file 2. What? What the freak happened there? Oh, have I not finished that? Save file 1. What? Oh, I don't think I have that in there yet. I do not. Okay, fair enough. Let's come over here. Let's just get rid of that persistent data right there. And then we come over here, and then basically what we can do is we can just say, play game, save file 1. As you can see, there's no character there, so we can do that. Set the character model to be that person, start the game, and then it should take us to the town, which will then save the game once the screen flashes once. There we go. And then if we refresh, and then come over here, play game, there's my character file. Happy days. And then since there is a save file, we can do that. It'll all fade out, yada, yada, yada. And then now it's not doing the weird double fade-in thing. Very bizarre. Trick and Treat Game says, I think I'm going to sleep, though I got to be up early, so I'll see y'all. Tis been fun. It has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. And yeah, we'll see you in a future stream. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Anywho, yeah, so weird stuff going on. Definitely very bizarre. But that is neither here nor there. We eventually got to figure it out, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So, what is next? I think next we have... We got typing. Yeah, there it is. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's, Huh. Okay. As if typing is on. I actually manually coded a typing. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, I might as well keep it, right? I might as well. Now, the reason why I'm pretty sure that the reason why I did that, because even though I have in here, it's the, no, this is the one that I need to eventually swap out, I think. Fix. Or maybe I just set that to off. What's gonna happen? So you are specifically if typing is on. So 18. And you need to be parallel process. Come over here. We're going to say play game. We need to actually get rid of that. Get rid of that stuff. Now, if we say play game, empty file 1. Let's pull up the HUD maker. So you're the actual name. Yes, we do want to use the name. I'm going to do create new text. Player. Okay. So this is just to like test and see. So I think if we say F9, what switch was it again? Typing? There we go. Turn that to on. If I press backspace, okay. Okay, so none of that is working. This is if typing is on. I think I do need this plugin. But I think the problem with this plugin was that it specifically says you cannot use it in commercial projects. So we come over here though, and we do typing. There we go. Okay. So then backspace. What's going on here? So if input is repeated, backspace. Set actor 1's name to actor 1 slice 0 minus 1. And then turn on A. Oh, okay, I see now. I see. Okay. Okay, so if we were to then say, turn on 18, now we could do, never mind. Okay, I thought I knew what was going on. So what actually is going on then? It turns on A, and then turn off A. What if we just say, just turn off A here at the top, and then exit event processing? Should then be able to say, typing is on, so A, Okay, so typing is still on. It's not letting me type more, even though I said you should be able to type up to 10 characters. All right. Game self switches. Not value. Let's see. What map is this? This is 11-6A. That's how you do it, right? It's your false. Okay. So that shouldn't be a problem then. So why? That's not on. Oh, then you're just saying if the length is greater than... Okay, I see. What if we just cut that out of there? Why would I need that? I don't know if I would. Refresh. Turn on. Typing. The backspace is still not working. I don't know why. Keyboard mapper. Okay. Triggered, repeated. A key. Shifted to check for uppercase A. Oh my gosh. I forgot. This is the one that I wrote. I was like, what the freak is going on here? Like, who wrote this thing? I forgot. I did. I thought I was still using the one that doesn't allow. Oh my gosh, I thought it didn't allow for commercial use, and that's right, it didn't allow for commercial use, so I wrote my own. I'm sitting here I'm like trying to read through these, and I'm like, can I not do backspace? And then I like looked at the author, and I'm like, wait, author, Moonwood Games. Oh my gosh, okay, all right, well, that's embarrassing. I had a similar moment today. I had to read my own docs. Classic. What idiot wrote this? Oh, it was me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was good times. Okay, use input. Okay, that's all. Okay, all that's fine. All that's fine. Okay. All right. So, if that's the case, then where the freak? How the freak? JavaScript. Just a full keyboard mapper. I honestly do not even remember. I made sure to check backspace. Backslash. Okay. Shift. Okay, so I covered symbols, letters, numbers, but I didn't. Now, honestly, it has been so long. Maybe that's where I ended. Was just that I couldn't figure out how to get backspace to work. But I feel like backspace would not be how I would actually get this to work, right? Or would backspace be? I feel like backspace would be something that I would have to myself specify. You got the symbols here that I have to do. I'm basically having to specifically, well, I'm mapping out the keys, right? These are the keys on the keyboard. 7. I wonder. I mean, I highly doubt. Is there a way? No. I don't know. I don't know what I did here. Because these would be the actual codes that RPG Maker uses for these keys, I think. I'm sure someone, I must have Googled this at some point, right? Like what keys are associated with what? Let's see here. Oh, what do I even Google for that? I got you. Ooh. Well, let's go take a look at that. Gotta scroll down. All right, let's take a look. Going down, down. We are going down. How far down? Oh, there we go. I found it. Okay, so yeah, so key name, backspace, event 8. Okay, all right. That's correct though, right? Yeah, 656. Yeah. But then say for example, 220. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Well then, if that's the case, you would then just want to say, I'd probably just add it here in the symbols. Yeah, for now, we'll just do the symbols. We're going to do 8 is going to be backspace. And I think that should be it, right? Then we have backspace, which would then translate to the correct thing. We come over here, so I'm able to say, open this up. Hey, look at that! Hello! Surd! Look at that, you can type. You can type stuff. Woo! Bunch of F's in the chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you sharing that, Doc. Holy smokes, that was embarrassing. Very embarrassing that I did not remember to put in a backspace in the freaking plugin. Gotta scroll down. There was an interactive one, but I couldn't find it. That's fair. That's fair. Whoopoo. Whoopoo indeed. Whoopoo indeed. All right, cool. Well then, happy days. Happy days. So, with that, we should now be able to say, let's do... Yeah, what are we gonna do here? Potential idea, do shift plus backspace to clear the whole thing. Ooh, that'd be kind of fun. You could absolutely do that. I wonder if we should do... Let's do this. Just because, you know, we should probably do a different spot here. We're gonna do like special I don't know, special keys. Then we would put that there. Yeah. Then we can do things also like, let's see, what would it be? Where did I put it? There it is, there it is. Space. Space is 32. I don't have space yet, right? No. Okay. In space, we want to do 32. Oops. Space. I feel like space is fine. And then we have... return this is press down. Key name is press shift. That's to check for sensitivity. So we do have shift being checked, but I think it's because... So if we come over here, we're going to do... It's because I added all of those. Yeah, so I added like the very basics, but I didn't add more than that. So I have it checking to see if you're pressing space or shift while doing that. If I were to do, say, for example, if we did space, then we should just be adding space to the name, right? Should be what's going on there. Pretty sure. Okay, so apparently the numbers aren't working, but the space works now. That's pretty exciting stuff. Don't know why the numbers aren't working. Like they should be, right? Oh, wait. That's right. Okay. Yeah, so some of this is still set up from when I had the previous plugin that I then eventually discovered that like the terms and conditions basically said, hey, you can't use this in a commercial project. So some of this stuff is still from that. And then I tried to like create this plugin as close to that, like without directly copying it, obviously, because that isn't, it's not really how you get around not being able to use something in a commercial project. You can't just then copy the code from the previous plugin and just do that. So let's see here. But yeah, I do like the shift plus backspace to clear the whole thing. That is pretty nice. Adventure Pro Jim says, look at all these poultry on stream. Very good. I don't look at all of them. Look at all of them just sitting here, going back and forth, being all poultry-like. Also, welcome. Glad to see you here. Okay, so if that's the case, then let's do this. We'll eventually do this because I want to add a whole, you know how like you have like the little like blinking typer indicator when you're like clicked in a text field? I want to kind of have the same thing when you're typing the name. But that is like a visual thing we'll have later. For now though, let's do this. We're going to do, we want to set this up to be, specifically, I only want you to show up after you're in this screen. And then I want you to show up where it says player name. And we're just going to have you say player. Let's do player. And then you're going to do a little bit of this. So the outline color is going to be 0. Font size. There, yeah. Well, it is seem. I think it has to be 32. think that's right. It seems about right. So, now, here's what we need to do. Let me check and see. You get to here. This is now going to be... This is if 79 is greater than or equal to... is greater than or equal to 21. Okay, 79? Yeah, 79. So... condition is game variables dot value 79 is greater than or equal to 21. Actually, cut that. I'm gonna set the max width to be like 250. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that should be better. Yeah. All right, set the condition, refresh. There we go. That should disappear. Then we go to play game, empty save file. It should be there. So we should then be able to, if we then say, if you press up and down, menu interaction. So then after you press up and down, then we're just going to say conditional branch. If the variable was at 79, if 79 is specifically equal to 22, which is the player input, the player name input. If you are equal to 22, then we're going to say control switches turn on typing, else turn off typing. We only want you to be able to enter the name when you're in the name field. I was just going to throw you in there and there. Now, come over here to play game, empty file 1. Type things, nothing should happen, but as soon as you come over here, still can't type anything. Not turn on. Do not turn on typing. Okay, variable 79. What are you currently equal to right now? 22. Okay. 79 is equal to 22, turn on. If you're not equal to 22, turn off. If you're not is equal to, okay. Odd. Very, very odd. I don't know. I'm not quite sure on that. What if we get rid of that? Juggling all these numbers seems intense. Do they let you store them somewhere so you can reference them by name? Maybe. Not familiar with RPG Maker, but this is fun to watch. Well, I'm glad you're having fun watching it. So technically no. I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. So there's like a whole database, right? So where you store all of these switches and variables in RPG Maker. There's this whole database here, right? And where you get to name your variables and name your switches. But you cannot natively reference the switches or variables based off of the name. It's like, say, for example, if I were to name this switch, switch 178, if I were to name this switch main menu save game or main menu new game, if I were to then try and go in and say reference a switch called main menu new game, it wouldn't have any idea what to do with it. So I would have to say the game switch 178 to be able to reference that switch specifically. There is an absolutely fantastic plugin by Sumran Dev that is for RPG Maker MZ, which does allow you to be able to reference switches and variables specific to the name. So honestly, like, it's one of those things that because I have done this for so long, I'm just used to remembering the IDs versus the names. I definitely need to get into a better headspace of remembering names versus IDs. But anyway, yeah, so long as it's something that I'm actively working in, it's usually not too bad for me to try and remember what is what. Honestly, I have a hard time remembering what I even named a switch. So when I am working in RPG Maker MZ, which is like one of the newer versions of the RPG Maker series, and so when I am in there and I have the plugin from some rand dev allowing me to reference the names of the switches and variables, I have a hard time with it too.
Follow, Adventure Pro Gym.
Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. Welcome. Glad to see you here. I see. That's a challenge. It is a little bit of a challenge, just a little bit. But yeah, honestly, like it's not too bad if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, so why is it not getting turned on? So what if we just say over here, 22. Main menu progress equal to 22. Turn on. Yeah. So I don't see why there wouldn't be any reason we couldn't say play game, empty file 1, and then character name. If I press on it, it should turn on typing. Okay. So it did. And then we should be able to say, like, yeah, then we start typing and everything's good to go. Everything's all hunky-dory. Okay. All right. I don't know. Cool. Yeah, so let's then come over to, let's see, we need to go to Tomb of Vercilias, images, pictures. We're gonna go over here to the menu. Player name. So let's open that up over here. Player name, this is where we're gonna get rid of that, save that. And then we should be able to come over here. We should then say new game, say file 1, and then if we were to then we can get rid of it and be like Moonwood, yeah, Moonwood G. Here we go, Moonwood G. Oh, you can't quite fit Hello World. Tragic. I also haven't set it up to be able to do capitalization yet either, so that's a bit. Oh well. If we do back and then empty file 1. Ooh, okay, so that's still. I guess it's not that bad. So if we come over here, if you were to choose back, I guess we could just say additional branch. If the actor player name is equal to nothing, then we'll just say change name for player name. We're going to say you are player name. Or we could also just say if you just leave, like if you press back, regardless of anything, it'll set it. I feel like that makes the most sense. So come over here. So if we get rid of the name and then go back, empty file, there we go, player name. Come back in here and say hello world. And then if we do back, I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. Okay, I'm still not quite sure why when I hover over it, it's not turning on typing. It should be. Oh, I get it now. Okay, never mind. Let's come over here. I gotta put this after that. After that. Okay. That makes more sense. I was trying to check the
Thanks
variable.
For the follow, Chichikaku _.
Chichikaku, thank you so much for the follow. I do appreciate that. Welcome. Okay, so that's why. If I were to just go down 1, and then I should be able to type and stuff like that, and if I come off of it, I shouldn't be able to type. Then if I come back, then I should be able to type. There we go. What happened? What happened? Goodness happened. That's what happened. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting there. So you can't type out here, but you can type in here. Yeah. Oh, I see now. I kept pressing numbers, and I was like, what is happening? It's because I'm pressing 1, and it's changing a thing off screen, and it was making me... Anyway, okay, cool. Oh, that makes me feel better. So, here's what we need to do then now. Now, at this point, we then need to say... When you go and say start game... RPG Maker MZ has more functionality? It does. It very much so does. There's way more functionality in MZ versus MV. Like, MV, you can still do lots of really great and cool things. But yeah, MZ has so much better functionality. It is honestly leaps and bounds better. I'm thinking on which version to buy. There's so many versions. Yeah, I would recommend MZ just because it is going to be like the most complete version of RPG Maker you can get. It doesn't go on sale for quite as cheap as MV. You can still get it on sale for very cheap. Like, you can usually find it for about $10 probably on like bigger sales. So like during the summer sale, I'm pretty sure it was like 10, maybe $15. But yeah. So MZ you can usually find for a pretty good price. But I would say, even though you can pick up MV for usually like $5, it's worth the extra $5 to get MZ. Again, there's tons of reasons. The biggest under the hood reason is performance. So with MV, it is a 32-bit program versus MZ, which is a 64-bit program. But if you're not quite sure what that means, basically what that means is with MV, it is limited to only being able to utilize 2 gigabytes of RAM. That is all. So it doesn't matter if someone's computer has 8 gig, 24 gig, 64 gig of RAM, 128 gig of RAM. It doesn't matter how much RAM someone's computer has. RPG Maker can only utilize 2 gig of that. And so because of that, you run into a lot more stuttering, potential issues if you have a ton of events on a map all at once, lots of animations playing, just because it only has 2 gig of RAM that it can utilize at any given time. So the more you have on the screen at once, the harder it is going to be running regardless of the type of computer that someone has, right? And so like if you're trying to like store a whole bunch of information in a system all at once or on a map all at once, it just kind of, it can kind of, slow down and have problems. So that's like the biggest under the hood thing, is that you will not be running a 32-bit program, you'll be running a 64-bit program. Next thing is, it's like, obviously like MZ is running the more updated versions of JavaScript. And so you don't kind of have, like, there's some differences in the JavaScript. So if you're going to be using a lot of plugins and things like that, you're going to run into more compatibility issues with MV versus MZ. But then also, there's just all the other good things, which is, like MZ uses a particle system for their animations, and so like you can have like smoother and like cleaner looking animations, whereas like MV was still using sprite sheets to be able to like do animations in battles and things like that. There's way more plugins and things like that nowadays that are more commonly updated than there were for MV. Like MV probably still has a larger library of accessible plugins, but a lot of them are old, outdated. They may be incompatible with other plugins that people have. So anyway, so MZ I would recommend way above and beyond MV. MV is great. I love MV. I'm going to finish this game in MV. Once this thing is done, I'm probably going to lay MV to rest, just because there's so many really cool and fun and amazing plugins for MZ. But so if you're wanting to just make a game and just see what it's like, you can use MV. MV is going to be fine. It's going to be all right. You're not really going to notice that much. And again, like, you can spend way less money on MV than you would on MZ. Okay, so I say way less. It's like $5, but that's like 100% less, 50% less, or 100% more, however you want to look at it. So what I would recommend is just spend the extra $5, $10, whatever it is when it's on sale. Get MZ and just call it good. So, yeah, that would be a recommendation. Fanny Slam says, Moonwood. Hello, Fanny. Look, glad to see you here. How you doing? How's life? Okay, so all of that is good to go. Now, here's what we need to do. We need to say, when you do new game, we need to actually save the player's name into a variable, because we only have one player character that is going to be shared across the save games for showing the player's name. So yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Basically, we're just gonna say, when you go to start a new game, we want to say, I do not remember the JavaScript code for this. So let's come over here. We're just gonna go to the RPG Maker MV/MV script call list. Now we're gonna say, change, is it hero name? Change name? There we go, change name. We don't want the leader, we want the specific actors. There we go, that's the one. Grab that. Okay, I want to say script. So game actors, actor 1. No, we don't want that. We want to say game variables dot set value, or set variable 12, I think it's 1221 plus game variables dot value 80, because 80 is the game that you are saving / loading / using, and then 1221 plus 1, which would be 1222, is the stored. No. That's the model. We want, let's see, 21, 22, 20, 19, 1219. I think 1219. Where is it? 1219 is. Okay, that's all wrong. 1229. That's the one. Not 1219. 1229. Yeah, so this is the save slot 1 name, and then model. Okay, so we want 1228. We're saying set model, or set variable 1228 plus game variables.value 80. This is going to equal game actors actor 1. I believe it's ._name. Is it just .name? Might just be .name. I think it might actually just be .name. Okay, so we're saying game variables.set value 1228 plus 80. We're going to set you to game actor 1 name. Yeah. I don't think I need to put that in quotation marks. I think it should automatically convert it to a string. I hope. We'll find out. Okay, so if we save, come over here. The player name, sure, whatever. So then we start game. So when I hit start game, come over here and we check and see this variable. We just have empty file 1, 2, and 3. But if we close out of that and we do start game, it should have saved. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So that did not work as I was intending. What we want to do here then is we want to say, I think we do need to put this in quotations. No? And that will literally just say, set it to that. Yeah, it's just gonna add that as a string. Like 99% sure. That's all messed up. There we go. Okay, so it is different. Is it not? Game variables set value 1228 plus 80. All of that is correct because it is saying the right variable. They're saying game actors dot actor name. Wait, I think I needed that. I think I needed the open and close parentheses. Hit your empty file 1. Start game. There we go. Player name. Oh, okay, cool. So, with that, we should be able to then come in here and say, play game. So we don't want to say empty file 1, 2, 3. What we want to say is, we need some of this. And we want... Oh, wait. You're already multi-line. I've already set all of you up. Okay. So we should be able to then say, come over here, empty file 1, that we should be able to say, player name is going to be testing test. Start game. We gotta hide that. That's fine. We'll figure that one out later. Okay, so save the game. So if I refresh and then do play game, hey, look at that! Testing tests. And that's the character model we had. Ah, happy days. Happy freaking days. Oh, that's a good time. That is a good time right there. And then again, you can close it and come back. Like a play game. And you got your save file right there. Testing tests. It'll show your character model. Ah, yes. Oh, happy days. Happy days are here again, I say. I tell you what. Okay, so, hum. The real question then is, what all do I need to change here? I'm pretty sure all of this yeah, we'll see what we need there. So all of this is going to be very specific to that. So I should be able to technically, I'm pretty sure, come over here. Oh, actually, no. We can just grab this and then get rid of everything else. Put that there. You're doing it based off of 80. Non-new game. All of that stuff. Clear pictures, 80. Picture menu 3. Player model equals 1. Picture hero 21A. Okay. I shouldn't really have to change anything here. As long as you set it to 3, and I paste that in there, then we should be able to do this. Play game, your testing tests, and then we do empty file 2. And then if we change U to U, then we say the player's name is going to be Fanny Slam. Then we do start game. Just ignore the fact that Fanny Slam is still showing there. Okay, then refresh it. Then we do play game. We've got testing tests, and we got Fanny Slam. Then we got empty file 3, and we change you to be this guy, and then we'll say this is going to be, oh, I don't know, this is going to be, wait, how do I spell your name? We're gonna go with Adventure P. You're Adventure P. And then start game. And then just ignore the fact that it still says Adventure P because we're gonna fix that. But then it flashes the screen to show that it has refreshed. And then we do play game. Look at that. And then we got testing test, Fanny Slam, and Adventure P. It actually shows the character models you've selected. And then you can be able to be like, yeah, I want to continue as Fanny Slam. Because that's a little messed up. We got to fix that. And also, hide the whole Fanny Slam thing. But there we go. Happy freaking days. We're making progress. We are making progress. So if that's the case, though, then we got to make some changes. We got to make some changes here. Fanny Slam. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is absolutely fantastic GIF right there. Adventure P. I used to be a villager P, but then the Fire Nation attacked. I thought you were going to say you took an arrow to the knee, and then you were no longer villager P. So, if this is the case then basically what we need to do is we need to say, when you are loading game, move picture 6. I believe that is the highlight itself. Yeah, so 340, 486, 486, 534. Okay, so then you should be 534? 534 minus 486 is 48. Okay. Yeah, so 46 plus 48 is 534. 534. And then you would be plus 48 would be 582. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's some weird stuff going on there, but that's fine. That should be fine. That should be all right. So, then over here, we need to hide that name once you do new. So start new game. You're turning on main menu, new game. Okay, it's cool. So 178. I just want to say, oops. Over to here. Saves. Get rid of all that.
Thanks for the follow, Young 313.
Young 313, I appreciate the follow. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. How you doing? How's life? How was your weekend? Do anything fun or exciting? Okay, so if we do play game, empty file 1. Now, player name. You are going to set, so you're showing if variable 79 is greater than or equal to 21. And if game switches dot value 178. Can't remember if it was 173 or 178. 178 is equal to false. Big. Okay, so if we do start game. Okay. That's kind of the problem there. I don't think we want to have it be. I don't think we want to have it be to the point where it's showing that. So what if we just have it, like, instead of everything else fading out, what if we just show black cover, hide everything, and then we just erase everything else? Yeah, why wouldn't I just do that? Let's just move you there.
Should be fine, right? Pretty sure. As a helium moon, I would say that should be fine. Play game. Oh, that's actually well, actually no. Empty save file 1. There we go. And then we're going to start game. So it should fade out everything.
Oh boy, that was. What the freak was that? Why did it do that? Play game. You start game. Okay, so some weird things are happening. I don't know what's going on here. We can get rid of that. Oh my goodness!
Skull just turned their way into the credits of Tomb of Vercilias.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Congratulations on getting in here again, because I know that you are in here. But let's come over here. Let's get you pulled up, and let's see how far you are into the credits of the Tomb of Vercilias. Fine, Scoiled. Oh my goodness, you were at a 5x, which means you are now going up to a 6x, which means we're going to cut that name, and we're going to put you on all the way up here. Not bad. Not bad, Scoiled. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Thank you so much for watching for so long, to be able to get so many channel points, to be able to redeem that 6 times. That is 60,000 channel points. That is wild, and I do appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. +1 for Trello. I do really enjoy Trello for like my own like personal small projects and things like that. It works so well. I used to use it at work to track projects as well. It kind of got a little bit out of hand. Mostly, I do IT, and so trying to manage projects in here when others couldn't like manually add it to it, and I had to go in and add, so it didn't really work well for that. But I do really like using it specifically for this game as well. Because like it just makes it so easy, especially if you like set it up as like a Kanban board or something like that, and like you can actually have stuff that's like in progress, roadblocks, all that fun stuff. So it's so much better for like tracking projects like this. Thank you for the amazing stream, Squirrel. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's I enjoy it. I enjoy being here. I enjoy streaming. So I'm glad that other people enjoy watching as well. Okay, so I think we can get rid of this here. We don't need that. I don't really know what that was doing. So, love the sound. So we should be able to just do that. And we should be able to just erase 6, 7, and 8. What? Let's erase picture. Dominate. 6, 7, and 8. So we do that. So yeah, so 6, 7, 8. Wait, 6, 7, 9.
Pee-pee poo-poo.
Pee-pee poo-poo indeed. This is going to clear all the pictures though anyway, so I don't need to do that. What am I doing with my life? Okay, that should be good. That's a great sound. Oh, the Sumran Dev sounds are absolutely fantastic. They make me happy. They make me smile. So now if we do start game, it should fade everything out. Although it shouldn't be erasing that image so quickly. Start game. Oh, it's because okay, I see now. The black cover is the same layer as the player graphic. That's why. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it absolutely is. I'm glad that I decided to do the Sumran Dev sounds. Let's come over here to JavaScript, and we're going to come over here to plugins, and we're going to go to the Sumran Dev High AF Pictures. So I think we can use picture number 99. That should be high enough. What the? So let's do 99 and 99. And change the quad in for 99, not 10. Go. Okay, that should make it look a little bit better because it should cover the HUD elements and the player graphic. Should. Let's see what happens. Do start game. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. Everything fades out smoothly. The menu all fades out. The text fades out. Yes, that is way better. Way better. I should have just done that from the beginning. Okay, cool. Play game, empty file 1, character model. We can just set the player's name to be something like Jack Sparrow. Just no W. Jack Sparrow. And then we'll change the character model to be that guy right there. And then we're going to start game. It should all fade out. Looks good. Pops in here to the town. It should flash, which means that it has saved the game. And we should be able to refresh. Come over here to play game. We got Jack Sparrow right there. We should be able to do this. Now, I want to change all of that as well. I want to change all of that. So, if we do, I think we should just be able to do that. Copy that. So then if we come over here to save game 1, if you are on save game 1, no, this is the actual loading of the game. Right before we do all of that, let's do fade out here. And we're going to do turn on new game. We're going to get rid of 7, 6, and 9. We're going to get rid of that and the black cover. Clear the pictures, load the game, all it good. We probably don't even need to worry about main menu new game, right? Like 99% sure. We'll double check and find out later. Yeah, so if you throw that before that, then we get rid of you. Oh, that's right. We also need that guy right there. Dang it. Yeah, we need all of that. Okay, so I had it in here. I just didn't copy it again to put over here. All that should happen. Happy days. And down here, kind of the same thing. We should just be able to put you there. We get rid of you, and you. Okay. Probably actually don't need clear pictures. I think that actually might be what's causing it to do like the weird screen flash, like fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out. Let's find out. If we do Jack Sparrow, I think it might be because of the clear pictures. Let's get rid of it on save slot 1. Let's just delete it. Oh, wait, what? Copy. Paste. I swear, didn't I add it before? I guess not. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. Let's come over here. New game, or play game, Jack Sparrow. Play it, should all fade out. Still does the weird fade in, fade out thing. I'm gonna have to look deeper into that one. It's not like game breaking, but I don't quite know what's going on there. So it's a weird visual glitch. We'll get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there exactly. But again, we don't necessarily need this whole clear picture thing here, so we can just get rid of that. Yeah. It doesn't seem to really do it though on the first go round. It's mostly like when I close the game and come back, right? So we do play game, empty save file 1. Set you to you. You're gonna be Scoiled. And then you're gonna be start game. Go. It should flash to save. Come back out here. Play game. We got Scoiled right there. I should be able to come in here to Scoiled. And then it all fades in just fine. But then if I were to close the game and then do test play again, and then we do new game, Scoiled, that's what it does, the whole weird fade in, fade out thing. There's something weird going on between the game being open. What if I do it twice? What if we say play game, empty file 1? We're going to do, sure, that guy that's time, and we're going to say your name is PP Poop. What is this? What is this? Okay, start game. Everything fades out, pops up here. Now it should flash, letting me know that it's saved. And then we do play game, PP Poop, fades out, everything just pops in. And then if I refresh one more time, play game, PP Poop. Yeah, and so it's fine. Like it just like flashes in. Like you're all seeing what I'm seeing, right? So if I select the save file, like the screen fades out and then it just pops in. There's no fading, there's no anything like that. It just pops in, right? And I can refresh this as many times as I want and go back over here to PP Poop, fades out, and then it just pops in. Everything's good to go. But if I close and then open again, and then if I come over here, play game, PP Poop, it'll fade out, and then it fades in, fades out, fades in. Ready? It's gonna fade out slowly, and then it goes. But it does it on save slot 1. If I go over here to Scoiled, it'll fade out slowly, and it'll go fade in, fade out, fade in.
Oh my.
I know, right? Oh my, indeed. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. But if we come over here, save file 3, we're gonna set you to be you, and the player name is gonna be
polymorphed Moonman into a chicken.
Hello, I'm a chicken. Bok, 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 bok. Thank you for that, Isera. I do appreciate that. Speaking of Isera, we're gonna do Isera nerd. There we go. And we're going to start game. It pops in, and then it should flash to let me know that it saves. We refresh. We go here to play game. If we try PP Poop, all that's fine. If we try Isera Nerd, all that's fine. But then if we try Scoiled, it fades out, fades in, fades out, fades in. Then if we close, save it, play. Maybe the saving's the thing. Then we do PP Poop. Okay. So it's something to do with that. Empty save file 3. What happened to Isera Nerd? What happened to Isera Nerd? Where did I go? I don't know. Now you're back. Huh. That's a little concerning. Very concerning. Wow, wait, I was left for bathroom and my name. Yeah, I saved you as one of the save files. Wait, that's so cool. Poultrynated. 10 points to turn you into a VTuber for X seconds. Very good, very good. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of a good time. I enjoy it. Scoiled is actually the one who created all of the absolutely fantastic PNGs.
Zero Nerd Summon
Like this
Redemption
one.
Champ.
Like this one right here. Redemption Champ. Yeah, so Scoiled is actually the one who created this and this absolutely fantastic character. And yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Where did I go? Got deleted. Sus. I don't know what's going on there. Like you're there, but then you weren't there. So what if we do this? What if it is? Let's come in here. Let's delete all these saves. All those saves are gone. They're gone. They're out. Scoiled, you have a touch. Scoiled really does have a touch. Yeah, Scoiled is just amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Play game. Save file 1. Okay. You're gonna be a bunch of A's. Start game. You're fine. Green flash. Refresh. Start game. Okay. You. Character model is gonna be that. You're gonna be a bunch of B's. Go. Start game. Okay. We wait for the screen flash. Go. Refresh. Play game. Okay. Come over here. Character model, it's gonna be you. Player name, gonna be a bunch of C's. Start game. Wait. Screen flash. Refresh. Play game. Okay, A, B, C, they're all there. What if we start A? Okay, everything's fine there. Oh, man. Refresh. Play game. Everything's fine there. Then what if we close? Reopen. And then play game. Everything's there. That is so bizarre. So that means there is something that when I hit save here, it writes something somewhere in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what it is. Something here is being updated. We've got file 1, 2, 3, global and persistent. And without pressing save on the project file itself, we got a new game, everything's here, everything's fine. Let's open up save file 3, see, it just pops in, there's no weird fade in, fade out, fade in kind of a thing going on here. But as soon as I hit save, and if I come over here and refresh this, okay, so the save files don't change at all. But if I say test play game, everything's still there, but if I do B, yeah, there's the freaking fade out, fade in, fade out. Or I guess, and then it flashes again, letting me know that it's just saved. Which it should not be saving, but then if I refresh it and come over here to play game, then it's empty file 3. What is happening? What? What? We should still have all of our files, right? Come over here. We have save file 1, 2, 3, global, persistent, and then a save file 2 backup. But then if I close you, reopen, are you actually a new game though? No, because then you fade out, you come in here, everything's fine. Then if I refresh, play game. So you're not seeing this as being like a new game. It still has the game. Then it flashes like it saves. And now C is here again. Huh. So if I open up B, refresh, play game, everything's there. If I open up A, is it going to flash indicating a save game? And then we go play game, and now both empty files 2 and 3 are, or both save files 2 and 3 are showing they're empty. But then if I load file 2, it loads just fine. And then I wait for a flash. But apparently it never comes. Refresh. Play game. They're all empty. What? What? I like how you were managing like 3 to 5 revolving PNG tuber rigs, by the way, Moon. Meanwhile, all I have is 1, and like 8 weeks into streaming, I realized my PNG rig has a pixel hole right in the chest area. I would say that's more of a feature than a bug. And the way I found out was like, oh, what is that dot? Tried to wipe the screen, and it went, oh no. It happens, all right? It happens, it happens. And honestly, like, managing them is honestly not too bad. Like, it's just a matter of I just open up the program, and then they're good. Well, I open up the program 5 times, and then we're good to go. So why is it renaming? It seems to be renaming these guys. So this is basically saying, if there is a file saved in save file 1, and do all of that, there we go, and then if data manager.load game variables.value 80. Game player. Press map reload. Go to seed map. Game system on afterload. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Hold the uppie. I think the issue is specifically to this whole persistent data thing being turned not to auto. So let's come over here. We want to go to... All right, never mind. We want to go to over here, JavaScript, plugins, persistent data. So we've got persist load. Over here in the town, right after it saves the game, we want you to plugin command load the data. I think. Also, how do you have multiple instances of the same program running? Some programs allow it, some don't. So with this one specifically, with PNG Tuber Plus, which is what I use to like run the whole PNG Tuber thing, it just allows for having multiple open. Yes, if I come over here, yeah. So it's just about a whole bunch of the same program running. Yeah, and then I just basically have to go in. I do have to have some weird things going on, right? So basically, here's what I have to do. It's kind of a weird way to get around it, but yeah. So here's what I do. Because if I were to, so just as a warning right now, if you're watching right now, don't redeem Redemption Chan, and do not redeem Mood Chan. Don't redeem either of those because I'm going to be closing the program. So if you redeem them, they're not going to open. So if I were to close Redemption Chan and Mood Chan, and then if I came over here to downloads and then PNG tuber. So basically, here's how I have my file structure up here. So I have individual folders for each one of the PNG tubers. And so I have them named. So I've got Redemption Chan, I've got Tutor Chan. I need to actually rename that, but yeah. So Eclipse Chan, Sun Chan, Moon Chan, and then Chicken. And then here's how I do it. So I come over here. So say, for example, to Redemption Chan. I've also renamed the program itself. So I've got this file named, I've just added Redemption Chan, and then at the end of this file name, I've added Redemption Chan. That way I know which program needs to be opened up to have it be Redemption Chan. Because as soon as I open up this one, it is probably, okay, so there we go. It opens up Redemption Chan, which is good. But if I were then, so let's say, for example, if I were to come over here, and if I were to open up Tutor Chan, it's probably going to open up as Redemption Chan. So even though I opened up the Tutor Chan window, it is still opening up the most recently accessed file that I had, right? And so basically what I have to do then is obviously I come in here, I switch this over to the correct microphone, and then I come in here, and then I want to make sure that I'm loading the correct file. So I'd load the avatar, and then I would come over here to Tutor Chan, which I need to, on the back end, she's still just Tutor Chan. I need to rename her, but whatever. So there we go. So then we got Tutor Chan pulled up, and then, yeah, that's what we got. So I need to adjust the microphone on here. There we go. Should be good. Maybe. Hello? Check, check, check. Yeti. Check, check, check. I don't know why that's not working now. Hello? Check. Why isn't it working? Hello? 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 Okay. Redemption Chan is a little broken. Just a little broken. I'm gonna close. Anyway, so yes, that's how I do it. So it is, the same program. So PNG Tuber Plus, anyway, specifically should be capable of opening up a whole bunch of different instances. If not, though, then I'm not quite sure. Also, I don't know. Why is that not switching? Like, I'm literally setting this to be Yeti, but it's not picking it up. And then over here on Tutor Chan, or Mood Chan, I can say Yeti, and it's picking it up just fine here. I don't know. Mic slider? Whoops. No, it's all the way over here on this side, which is where all the rest should be. Yeah, she's right here as well. But if we come over here, oh wait, I think I'm seeing what you're saying now. I'm seeing what you're saying now. Okay, there we go. There we go. So you were correct. I was so confused. I was like, no, it's here. Like, it's fine. I appreciate that, Zara. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how I didn't notice that. Yeah, they should all be down here. Yeah. Sometimes the program get a little bit confused every now and then, but yeah. So anyway, so that's how I do it. I'm not quite sure. Do you use PNG Tuber Plus, or do you use a different piece of software? Because again, it is all just completely up to the software that it is running, and so some softwares are gonna be fine, and others not so much. So we'll see. So I have a motivating news of mine. I finished my main game system 5 days ago. It's working perfectly / really easily to customize, and it's without JavaScript, but working so smoothly. But I'm stuck for adding features. I have a plan in my mind, and I have a solution to make it real, but I can't start working on it. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the number one. It's like the first issue that most game devs run into, and that is you spend a lot of time, you put in a lot of effort working on like a base core system, and then you have to start adding things to that or filling it out just a little bit more. And I know this is not going to be the same for everybody, but I feel like the majority of people, you hit that spot where you've made this really cool system and it's working super well, and you're like, okay, now you get to start adding things to it. And I feel like that's usually the hurdle where most people go, let's move on to the next thing. So don't feel like it's a bad thing if you have like created a system and everything's working great, but you're then needing to get to that next step of, now I need to add things to it. Now I need to flesh it out. Now I need to actually make it like fun to use. Because yeah, I feel like majority of people will run into that issue. So yeah, do not feel bad if you're getting to that point where you're kind of like, I don't know if I can really be working on it. Yeah, so if it is like more of like a motivation thing, yeah, don't feel like you're the only person. Everybody will feel like that at some point in time. But if it is more of just you don't have time, that's also an issue. Is just not having time to be able to go in and actually work on it. So I hope that if it is that case, then hopefully you'll be able to have time soon. I hope. I have made a really simple beta test sprite for the UI, and it doesn't even open an MV. No, I'm so sorry. That's not fun. That is not fun. I hope you'll be able to find a solution soon. I hope. Fingers crossed. Okay, so where were we? We're running into issues. Yes, that's what it was. So we want to make sure that it loads the data right after it loads the game. I think that was potentially the problem. Maybe. I don't know why these save files are so annoying to have to get working, but whew, yeah, they are. Okay, save file 1. We're gonna do you, player name. You're just gonna be player, start game. Okay, all that works. Should flash the screen. Cool. Come over here. Play game, player. I'm gonna save file 1. You're gonna be that one. Your name is gonna be that. And the start game. Okay, we go for the flash screen. Happy days. Refresh. Play game. Now we have player and we've got. Now we do player. That's that. It shouldn't flash the screen because it shouldn't save the game again. Now if we refresh, play game. Okay, they're still there. Now if we close the game and save and then play it again, what's gonna happen? Play game. Okay, it's all there. Player and Now if we go to player again, it's gonna do the whole weird, double fade in, fade out thing. It flashes the screen again, which is still very bizarre to me. But then if we do F5, play game. Ooh, why? Why? It is so bizarre. Very, very bizarre. But it still treats this as being like a save file. So let's do this. Let's do this. Save file 2. Let's delete you. If we come back over here, that should be correctly deleted. So we do save file 2. We should be able to say model you. The name is just going to be, there we go. Start game. Okay. Here we go. Shall be fine. That saves the game. And we close. Instead of loading here, what if we say, no, because we should be able to then come on here. Model is 1, 2, and 0. And then you are player, and then play as. Okay. And then if we save, and then play, and then we check the file names, you're still play as, but if we do play game. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, the issue is not necessarily, okay. What do we do? Player. And then your empty file 2. Interesting. So it's almost like it's overriding. It's overriding something. Somewhere. Something. Somehow. Is it only when I load the game? Like if I come in here, so that is still fine. It's when I do play game. What if it's right when I do player? Just when it does this weird fade in, fade out thing, and then all of a sudden the data is incorrect. Yeah, it's almost like it just overwrites that file. Model's gone. All that's gone. But why? Huh. I hope again later. I want to finish the base of this game in this year. I believe in you. Rooting for your squad. Yeah, same. Thank you so much for rooting for me. I hope I can make most of its game systems. Yeah, I believe in you. See, Ken Duval says, hello, new dev, who dis? Well, hello. Welcome to my stream. I'm Moonwood Games. We're working on a dungeon crawling roguelike, a retro-style dungeon crawling roguelike RPG called Tomb of Vercilias, where the combat is blackjack. And yeah, it's coming along, slowly but surely. We're running into a few bugs here and there, but it is coming along. But you say you are a new dev. That is absolutely fantastic. What are you currently working on / learning or anything like that? Would absolutely love to hear about it. Because for me, we're having some weird issues here. Some very weird issues. Which I don't get why. So maybe instead of doing I don't know. If we don't save the data, let's just cut that, delete that. And then let's delete all of this. Play game, file 1, start game. Should flash the screen, which creates. Okay, so if we come over here, you'll see. So it created save file 1 and 2 for some reason. What? But it doesn't create the persistent data, which is fine. Save game. Game variable is 80. Okay, I have no idea why it created a save file 1 and 2. Kind of bizarre. But if we do persistent save right after the save file is created, not before, but let's do it after. Let's get rid of all those save files. Adventure Pro Jim says, Moonwood is really showing off the dev hero's journey here. So many times we go from WTFY, I don't understand, to great success.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
But for some reason, some random dev does not agree. Neither does Izera, because apparently Izera does not agree. And that loop never seems to end. If it did, it would be boring. I mean, that's true. That's true. If everything worked 100% of the time, all the time.
Thanks for the follow, Ketu_vo.
Ketu_vo, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. But it does keep things exciting. I will say that. If everything worked all the time, then I guess that's true. There would never be a time to learn. I don't know. See, Kendra says, I've been solo deving for roughly 20 years. Oh, I see. Sorry, I guess I misunderstood when you said new dev who dis. I was saying you were new to me, but I'm a mixed bag. Started countless projects, finished 0, from raw C++ and OpenGL to RPG Maker and Click Team Fusion. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. I'm almost roughly that same. That same, not necessarily in terms of like the amount of stuff that I know.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
I love it so much. I've used C++ and RPG Maker. Those are like the two things from that list. Never used OpenGL, never used Click Team, but I wish that I had a little bit more of a repertoire. But yeah, so I have also, I guess if you consider RPG Maker, it's been about 25 years now that I've been using RPG Maker, so although I wouldn't consider myself a 25-year dev, but I guess technically I have been using RPG Maker for about 25 years now. But yeah, it's good times. It's good times. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're working on, using RPG Maker to make this fun little game. If we could ever make some progress in the main menu, I don't know why it's giving us so many issues. But yeah. Then the 0 finished projects. It's roughly where I'm at as well. I've made some game jam stuff. But that's about it. This is gonna be the first full game that I've ever actually finished and released when it actually gets finished and released. So yeah, good times. Ship it is one of the Sumran sounds. No. I need to get that one. There's so many times that Sumran Dev says that sound, and I need to get that one. Okay, so if we do, we'll just do a little bit of this and then start game. Now, everything in here should be, get the name, get the save file. Cool. That should flash, saves the game. Now, if we close, what do we have in here? We've got save file 1, we've got global, and we've got persistent. Cool. I don't think the persistent needs to be saved. Yeah, actually, I have no idea. Now we're gonna check and see. So if we come in here and we do play game, we should have that guy right there, which we do. Awesome. Save. Still coming here. We should still have it, yeah? Play game. Yes, we still do. Now, if we say save file 1, we're gonna switch you to you, and we're gonna name you. Let's go with Ketu. Yeah. And I can't do an underscore yet because I haven't added that yet. So we're just going to do Ketu. And start game. Here we go. Okay. And we should get a flash screen. Actually, if we come in here, we should see that in save file 1, that's the first one, is, I didn't even realize that I accidentally spelled this guy's name Edgebergaber. Edgebergaber. Alrighty. Good times. Now we should have the screen flash, which we do. And we should be able to close you. And then if we refresh this, we should now have save file 2 in here, which we do. Awesome. Good times. Save it. Play it. Now, say play game. We should have Edgebergaber and Ketu, which we do. Now if we open up Ketu, gonna do the whole weird fade in, fade out thing, whatever. You're gonna have, okay, the names are still fine in there. Everything's good. Now if we refresh and come over here to play game, please, 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 please. No! Empty save file 2. Why? Why? I do not get it. Why is it overwriting that data? It's not getting rid of the save file. We still have save file 2. It's just for some reason. But it's only one, because if I come back out here, we still have Ketu in save file 2. And we can do play game, Ketu, load. Everything's fine there. And the weirdest thing too is if we do play game and we create a new file, you're gonna be keys, start game. Come in here, it's going to flash the screen, lets me know that it's saved. Play game, we have all these guys. And if we open up Ketu, it's going to have deleted save file 3's name, but not save file 2's name. But then if we do save file 1, this will now have deleted both save file 2 and 3. I think it's potentially an issue with the way it's loading the game. All happening right here. Let's see here. Vendor Jim says, I would love to help this project. I'll wire the millions of dollars I just made eating pills, not dying to your dev account. Yes! Oh, happy days. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you were able to eat so many pills and not actually die. That is good. That is good. I mean, kind of same on and off for those 2 decades. I've got like 6 versions of the same game built in all different frameworks on itch. Kind of on hiatus right now. Got to get ready to move here in a week/week and a half. So yeah, that is a, whew, I don't envy you. Not at all. Yeah, moving is not fun at all in any regard. Like it's exciting, but it's not fun. So good luck to you on that. Yeah, I hope that goes well for you. Cause yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot of work. Yeah, good times. Good times there. Okay, so why? So if data manager.load game, we're basically just saying if there is a save file here, and then if game system version ID is not equal to data system version ID, then var p equals game player, then game player dot reserve transfer game map dot map ID, game player X, game player Y, game player direction 0, and then request map reload. Then scene manager, go to scene map, game system on after load game. Huh. I don't know why I don't know why. And it saves the data and turns on the self switch. So what if we turn on the self switch before that? And then saving the data can happen anytime. So what if we do this? Force the game to load from the persistent data file. What if find next? I just want load. Persistent manager.load. So what if we say data manager create game objects equals data manager dot create game objects. Data manager dot create game objects equals function. Data manager create game objects dot call this persist manager dot load. Huh. Okay. All right. I just can't wait to have an actual modern computer to work on. This one is just about as old as Minecraft. Oh my gosh. That's pretty old. That is getting there. That is getting there. Holy smokes. The fact that it's still working though, that is impressive. That is very impressive that it still runs though.
Is there a nerd polymorphed moon man into a chicken?
Well, I do be a chicken. I do be a chicken. I do declare I do be a chicken. Okay, so then I guess the question would then be, what else would I actually need? So I don't think I could just say persist manager.load. I think I might need all of this, but I don't know. I don't know. That's where I'm like, why? So it saves persistent data here. Then what if we say persistent load right here? So right after it saves the game, load the data. Maybe. Is the save stuff completely independent from the built-in RPG Maker save system? Kind of. Yes and no. Like, we are using the save system, but we're using it at a very base level, right? So, because basically the way that it works in RPG Maker is when you open up the menu, it essentially is stopping everything in the game. So when you go to save the game, it creates a save file, writes everything to that, and then stores it all there. So the reason why this is kind of being a pain is twofold. So the first thing being is that when we are loading the game, so we're using it all in JavaScript, right? So if we come over here to the game itself. So right here, we're just checking the data manager and then dot is this save file, and then we're checking either save file 1, 2, or 3. We're checking to see if RPG Maker has saved the game in either save slot 1, 2, or 3. So that's utilizing the actual save state of RPG Maker. So it is utilizing the system, but like we're using JavaScript to basically check for that. And then we're saying if there is a saved game, then here's more JavaScript to essentially say, basically load the game if there's a game, right? So this is basically what it is. When in RPG Maker, when you say to load a game, this is essentially the JavaScript it's running. Not quite all of it, but most of it. And then if not, then, start the game, all that fun stuff, yada, yada, yada. And then over here in the town, this is where it's actually saving the game. So it's just saying game system.on before save, and then data manager.save game, and then it saves the game to the specific file you're currently playing, which is either 1, 2, or 3. So that is all of that. That's kind of what's going on there. But if we were just doing that, it wouldn't be so bad. The problem is that we have a plugin called Persistent Data, which essentially is allowing me to be able to save information between save files. Because as of right now, this is technically in a new game, right? So we've bypassed the normal menu in RPG Maker, and we're just utilizing, we're accessing the custom menu that we're creating right now. So all of this is a custom menu that I've created. So if I would go to play game, the reason why we need the plugin for the persistent data is because we need to be able to pull in information from these other saved games, such as the names of the things you've named the person. So if I were to do save file, and if we say, character model, let's just say we're going to be this person, and we're going to say the player's name is going to be Justin, and then we play game, right? Come over here, starts the game. When the screen flashes, it's like doing just like a test save. It's like an auto save, right? Instead, if we refresh the game, we come over here to play game, it is grabbing the information saved in the variables, storing the name as Justin. We're going to come over here to save file 2. We choose this model, and we say this player's name is going to be that's the one. I was going to try and go with an actual name, and then I accidentally hit O first instead of P, and I was like, you know what, whatever. So now we're going to say start game. You should pull up the town here as that person. It'll flash the screen. There we go. And then if we come back over to the main menu, we can say we've got Justin, and we've got and then we've got new file 3. So all of that is well and good, right? So it's just grabbing that information from these variables that it's storing the information in. So it's storing the character model in these different variables. So we got variable 3, 2, and then 0. And then we've got the actual names being stored in variables as well. So we got Justin, we've got Opsatsta, and then we've got empty file. So those are the actual names of the characters in the games. Now, here's the weird issue that we're having, which is if I were to then... So if I come over here, everything's fine, good to go. If I come in here to Justin, we shouldn't get a screen flag. We don't, which is good. Exactly what we want to see. If we were to close the game and come back up over here, and we go to play game, we got Justin, we've got Unsatisfied. We go back over here to Justin, everything's well and good. No worries at all there. But then if we close this, and if for some reason, if we hit save, even though we've made no changes to the game at all, we just hit save, and then we play again, and we come over here to play game, Justin, if we wait for the two... Oh, okay. Cannot read property pages of null. Now we're getting back to the old errors we were getting before. Ah, crap. Oh, boy. Ooh. La, 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 la. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So the only thing that I changed really was just where I put the actual save game, which was after the self switch change. So let's see what happens. Play game, Justin. Yeah, we're probably gonna get the same error now, so. It runs Linux because there ain't no way Windows would run on this thing. I got it for $100 when I had my main laptop fixed up, so I'd have a backup for my backup. Windows 10 took over 20 minutes to boot fully, and the last thing I did was put Linux on. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Linux is a great way to be able to extend the life of basically any kind of device. Uh-oh is very right. Takedo says, is the persistent data being saved to a file? I'm confused as to why rebuilding would give you an error like that. Yeah, very, very bizarre. So it is being saved to a file right here. So it's this this persistent.rpg save. So it's a very... I unfortunately really can't open it and look at what's actually in here. But yeah, so basically what it does is it just saves all that information to this file, and then it just kind of calls it good there. So if I were to come in here and say, for example, if I were to get rid of save file 1, 2, and then the global save, but if I kept persistent, and then if I were to come over here, it should, if I were to then come over here to these variables, it would actually save these, well, it should save these file names. Empty file 1, 2, 3, but then it also has 3 and 2. If I come over here, it remembers who my characters were. That's kind of fun. Anyway, so let's get rid of that though. Save. Now, let me just check and make sure. So if we do play game, whatever, we're just gonna be player name. Wait for the flash. Close it, save it, play it. New game, or play game, player name. So, it's a way that it's loading the game. Well, so the problem before, so here's what I changed. So it originally, let's just set this to 60. So it originally saves the data, then game system on before save. So basically it was saving the game, and then I turn on switch A, which then comes over here. So I think it's a way that it's loading the game is the problem. It's something in here. Way that it's loading the game. I think it's this right here. What if play game you? I may need to get rid of all this stuff. Play game you start game. Area property pages, okay. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. So very confusing. That's not ideal. I don't know. I don't know. Wish I could actually read the code. Phone small. Yeah, it's already pretty small. And then if you're on the phone, yeah, it's even going to be smaller. So, request map reload. Maybe we don't want to request a map reload. Problem is, this is code that I was given from some random dev, and so I'm already trying to like figure out the code that was even written here. So all of that was fine. Now let's again. This seems to be like the weird thing here. Whereas if I close the game, hit save, even if I haven't changed anything, then it freaks out. Interesting. Okay. So let's do empty file 2. Set you to that. Player name is just going to be that. Start game. Flash the screen. Close. Save it. Come back in here. Play game. In here, this should still have everything saved, which it does. But if I do player name, okay, so we still have those things saved. Okay, all of that seems fine. It's still persistent. Play game. It's all still there. Let's close, save, come back. So I think maybe, did it have something to do with trying to reload the map? I think that might have been it. Potentially. The engine dev in me is very confused as to why this kind of error is happening. What are the steps to reproduce the error, and what is the actual error that is reported? Yeah, so the actual error itself, so the original was, it was something about like a page file, and it was doing all sorts of weird things. Still have no idea exactly what it was that was happening there, so we found a way around it. So this is actually a new error that we're just discovering tonight, which was it overwriting the persistent data, which I guess isn't very persistent if it's getting overwritten when you load a game. But if this is actually going to fix it, I think the problem was because it's the way that RPG Maker handles the loading and saving of the games. As far as I understand it. Let's just see. So if I do player name, it does the whole reload thing, but at least it's not flashing, indicating that it's saving the game again, which means that it's picking up from where it left off, which means we should be able to come in here and the persistent data should still be there, which it is. So if we refresh, play game, that's all fine. But if I load this game with the old JavaScript for the loading of the games, it's probably going to get rid of this game right here. So let's see. If I load, it's going to flash the screen again because it's saving, which means it has overwritten the persistent data, which means you are now empty file 3. Okay, so for some reason, the issue was specifically with this code right here, which is game player request map reload. So it was reloading the map, and that's what was causing it to break. I don't know why. I have absolutely no idea why reloading the map would cause it to break. Not a clue in the world. Absolutely no clue. Very, very bizarre. Let's do new game, empty file 1. I awaken for 1 minute to tell you. All right, Summer Dev, let's hear it. Dribble forth. I appreciate that. All right, so the character model is going to be you. The player name is going to be, let's do Ketu, and we're going to start game. Okay, there we go. Everything's good there. Hello, Ran. So let's save, come back, and then we do go sleep, I am boss. So then we do play, and so we, okay, so Ketu's fine. Then we do save file 2. You are going to be Surd, start game. Green flash, which means the game's saved. Say XU, save, come in here. We got play game, Ketu's fine, and Surd is fine. Then we do Ketu. Comes back over here, does a whole weird reload thing, which is probably just one extra thing in that JavaScript that I can comment out, but we'll see what happens eventually. But everything should be fine in here, which it should be. Yeah, so we got Ketu and Surd, 1 and 2. All right, cool. So if we refresh, we come over here to play game. We get save file 3. The model is going to be this one, and you are going to be Scoiled. We're going to start game. Screen's going to flash. We're going to refresh. Come over here to start game. We got Ketu, Surd, and Scoiled. Okay, then if we close, save, come back, and then play game, and if we open up Ketu, does the whole weird fade in, fade out, but again, it's probably just something in the JavaScript I need to look into. And you are keeping everything. We got Ketu, Surd, and Scoiled. Refresh again, come over here, you to Scoiled. Does the whole weird fade in, fade out, fade in, fade out. And then you are Ketu, Surd, and Scoiled. Okay, oh my gosh. So for some reason, and I don't know why, but we're not going to question why, for some reason, when it was saying to do the game player request map reload, when it reloaded the map over here in town, it would start this event again, which means it was jumping because it hadn't turned on self switch A yet, which means it was reloading this event completely, which means it goes back to the start, flashes the screen, saves the game, but it hadn't loaded the persistent data, and so it overwrites the persistent data because it then saves the game at that point. I don't know why. Not a clue. But technically, it seems like it's fixed. Yes, Ketchu, I do believe, I hope it is fixed. Potentially, possibly. Holy smokes, that should not have taken as long as it did. Oh my gosh. Whew, that was literally all stream. All stream was spent trying to get that fixed. We got it. We got it, and I'm glad we did. But holy smokes, that was... Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good times. Well, yeah, that broke my brain. That absolutely destroyed my brain. So I think I'm going to go get some sleep now. Good heavens. But hey, we got there. We got there. That's the journey. Exactly. That is the journey. At least we can leave on a positive note, which is we may not know what fixed it or why it's fixed, but the fact that it's fixed, I'll take it. I will take it. Notes on TXT, comments, so you remember for next time. True. Definitely gonna need to make a note of that because I have no idea why it worked. But hey, I'm just gonna say, hey, we're just gonna comment out that code and we won't mess with it anymore. Great to meet you. Get the rest. I should rack out to. That's true. Yeah, sleep is very much so important. Yeah, work is gonna come way too early in the morning, so I'm gonna have to get up for that, which is gonna be just so much fun. But oh well, the joys of Mondays coming up. The joys of Mondays. Oh well. Anyway, I appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you all so much. It has been an absolute blast hanging out for chatting. And yeah, I do appreciate all the feedback for everybody trying to help. I do appreciate it. So thank you all. I do very much so appreciate it. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evenings. I will see you all on the Tuesday stream. So yeah, till then, good luck, take care, and I will see you all then. Looks like we're just in time for this this whole song to fade out. So we're gonna create the music and you'll have the song fade out and we'll see what happens with the stream then. Okay, yeah. Okay, bye.